Ikworu robo kera avari nyago. 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 Oboru robo jevena asafa jewate ejefa mere akpo urobo meware urobo orere ibesa I know my how.
Good evening, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are on the face of this very planet. Once again, we welcome you to another live presentation, another address this very evening from this very place, radiating this very gospel of truth and irrepressibility. Because we cannot be stopped, because we have been mandated to preach. That is why, by the grace of the Most High Elohim, we are gathered all over the world, across the entire 24 time zones, on this very planet to listen to this gospel and message of redemption, a message of atonement, a message of liberation, a message of hope, the message that will take us into that very kingdom on the face of this very earth, that very land of Biafra, that Chukwokika Biama has decreed must be inhabited by his children, those he called the children of light. We have come to do justice for that which has been preordained before us. We have come to preach that even the blind may see, the deaf may hear. Those who are suffering from advanced stages of Janjaweedism may be cured of their stupidity. That Biafra may be one family under God in heaven, to restore that which has been stolen from us. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, because there is no other broadcaster, no other listening platform, no other project of information dissemination that can boast of the range of listenership as we command here on this very platform, this very Radio Biafra. As I welcome you, I will seriously urge you to welcome those who are around you, all your relatives, your neighbors, because before I came on air, somebody said to me, my neighbor is Yoruba, and they love what you're doing. Could you please take it easy? And I contemplated and I said, I am under divine instruction. As I am led by the Spirit, so will I preach it. I respect and I love every shade of humanity. Only those who have come to conquer, to enslave. Only those who have come to demonize. Only those who have come to pillage. Only those who have come to render the Biafran children asunder. They are the ones we despise and the ones we hate with every blood in our body. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra the whole world over, in over 100 countries and territories all over this very planet. I lead this very divine movement. I serve the children of Biafra. And I will always serve you until Biafra comes, which I know is imminent. That I can categorically assure you that Biafra is imminent. I will serve you until the end of my time. We shall not know any corruption. Iniquity shall never be our portion. For Biafra is scrupulously clean in the spirit. All we are waiting for is for the manifestation of that purity in the lives of the men that inhabit this very earth. I speak with every authority. I speak with every command that we have been sent by heaven to propagate this very gospel. And wherever you are, I welcome you. Bring your pen and your paper. And as I cheekily announced before I came on air, I said, if you're Janjaweed or Alemajiri, try and bring your chalk and your slate with you, because as we dissect and digest very complicated and very diverse range of information, I would expect you to start memorizing your ABCD to Z before you can join us. because your level of understanding needs to grow exponentially for you to benefit from the enlightenment and the revelations that are accompanying this very message this evening. We must pray, but before I do so, I must remind each and every one of you that we are live, of course, on my page, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the authentic one, I hasten to add, with I think about 400,000 followers, which is nothing, it's a drop in the ocean. We are suffering very serious sabotage and efforts to undermine this very project of Biafra restoration by the powers that be, but they cannot stop us. We are on Radio Biafra app. We are covering at least 70% of Biafra land on FM. We are on satellite. Radio Biafra can be received on a plethora of apps. Please, I want that advertised extensively. We have come that freedom may prevail in the lives of those who are suffering in the zoo. We have come that the will of God Almighty in heaven may prevail in the lives of those that he blessed and bequeathed the land of Biafra to. We must pray this very week. Remember those who have gone before us, those who fought, because I have to be grammatically exact, those who fought and died for us, those who sacrificed their lives that we may live, those who made it possible for this very brave and unrelenting generation to preach the gospel of restoration. And I will pray in the language of heaven. As I have always said, Roman Catholicism, the church of the body of Christ, when it came, it was in Greece. And then after that, it was in Greek, I should say. And after that, it moved on to Latin. But the language of heaven, this Igbo language, the language of the ancients, and that is how we acknowledge the presence of Elohim in our lives, and we must ask the Lord of hosts. Some people pray and they refer to Elohim as the host of heaven, and I say to them, no, the hosts of heaven are plentiful. There is only one God, one indivisible God, ever living, never changing. He is the Lord of all the hosts of heaven. And this evening we must adore him. We must praise him. Onye nwanyị na Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile. Onye ihe niile kere eke na-erubere isi. Onye na-enweghị mmalite na ọgwụgwụ. Onye sitere n'okwu ọnụ ya wee kee ihe niile nke mmadụ dị ndụ n'ahụ. Isi ka ihe wee bata n'ime ụwa, ihe wee bata. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị n'uhuruchi ya. Wee na-akpọku aha nsọ gị eze ndị eze. Na-asị na ọnụ ọgụgụ mgbe were nkeji 14 wee gafee elekere anya 7 n'uhuruchi n'ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra. N'otu aka ka o si wee bụrụ nkeji 14 wee gafee ọnụ ọgụgụ nke nkwụsị mgbe ebe niile n'ụwa niile. Anyị wee na-efe gị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-efe, onye na-enye anụ ufe nke igwe nni agbanyeghị na onweghị ọkụ nke ọ na-aga, onye ebube ya sachiri ihe niile nke ya onwe ya kere eke, onye ndị mmụọ si na-agba oche eze ya okirikiri, na-asị ya na ọ dị nsọ. Ndị nsọ nọ n'igwe, ọbụla dị ndị okenye ọrụ 2 na 4, ha sị na ịdị nsọ Chineke, na ndị dị etu a na-atụ mkpọ ọlaedo n'ala. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna biko nu, otuto dịrị aha nsọ gị, ngọzi bụrụ nke naanị gị. Onweghị onye ọzọ anyị na-efe ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị akpụ isi ala wee nye arụsị apịrị apị. Anyị anaghị erubere ihe ọbụla nwaanyị kwuru n'afọ ime. Nna nke ebere dị ngọzi, eze ndị nsọ, nwanne otu onye, Chineke nna nke ụmụ ogbenye, onye si ebe ikpofu ahịhịa wee kpọlite nwa ogbenye, wee gọzie anyị n'ụzọ pụrụ iche, wee tee anyị mmanụ, wee bulie mpi anyị elu bụ ụmụ ya bụ ndị IPOB n'ụwa niile, wee kasịcha nke ndị ọbụla, n'ihi na ị hụrụ eziokwu n'ime anyị. Nna nke ebere dị ngọzi, anyị na-asị nna nke igwe, ọ bụrụ site na amaghị ama, ọ bụrụ site n'ikwu ihe ọnụ, ọ bụ site n'echiche nke anyị onwe anyị na-apụghị ịrọpụta n'ime nke anyị, ọ bụ site n'aka ajọ ihe maọbụ ajọ mmụọ maọbụ ajọ mmadụ, anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye kachasị ihe niile elu, biko n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile n'ịkpụ isi ala niile dịrị aha nsọ gị, onye kere eluigwe maka elu ụwa, site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ka anyị na-arịọ gị. Ise. We have called upon Elohim the way the ancients will do, with kola nut and spirit. We must proceed this evening very quickly and without hesitation to preach the gospel that we have been mandated to preach. The very reason why we were created, the very reason why Israel Kanu married my mother, Ugweze Memoku Kanu. They are no longer with us today because they have done their job. The same way that most of them that fought for us are no longer with us today, they too have done their job. It is now left for we who are in the land of the living to fulfill this very promise, to accomplish this very purpose for which we were born. We are going to preach without prejudice, of course. And I will start this very evening by dissecting the character of an Igbo person and the reason why we are in the mess we are in today. Before I came on air, I saw a very bitter sight. That head bridge in Onitsha was being fenced off by the Anambra State governor. Ill-advisedly, I must say, because you are fencing off Anambra from your relatives in Ahaba, in Anioma, in Aniocha, as it used to be called. You are fencing off your people from Enugu. You are fencing off your people from Igbo. We got to where we are today due to complacency, due to the greed of an Igbo man, due to our selfishness, due to our crippling and debilitating individualism. We are where we are today because of lack of foresightedness, because of our wickedness. That very gate, that very barrier should be built in Ibanke. That very barrier should be built at the entrance into Biafra land in Idoma and in Igede. It should be built in Ogoja, not for Anambra State to fence itself in. As I told you, you listen to the Janjaweed, they have given you a new identity. Before we had Anambra and Enugu, there was only one Anambra. What could have happened then? There is need for all the governors to coordinate their effort and treat the entire Biafra land as one unit, not all these sub-units created for us by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. That is something that those who are close to Obiano must advise him. That it is preferable for us to see all the governors working together and securing the entire borders of Biafra land. Because if we stop them in Lower Benue, they cannot come into Anambra. If we stop them in Ibanke, Oshomole cannot allow them to pass through Bini and come into Biafra land. That is called foresightedness to be able to anticipate, to have a reasonable sense of judgment. But they don't see very far. All they are bothered about is to loot. All they are bothered about is to serve their masters, their Janjaweed masters in the north. And the resultant effect is a very warped way of thinking and a badly executed policy. And those barriers must come down. Those barriers should be erected at the borders of Biafra land to allow people to mingle, to travel, to interact seamlessly in Biafra land. Very, very critical and very crucial. The truth is that Igbo people do not plan or think ahead. Only when it is marriage, when they want to contest for political office, or when they are expecting a container from abroad. I am saying this because I can see the effort that Professor Ejiofor is making of WIC in America to try to get our people to reason properly. He is fighting a battle, and it appears to be a losing battle, very sadly, because we never ever plan ahead as a people, and this is the consequences. There is a saying in Igbo land where we come from, some of us come from, not all of us, because Biafra stretches far and beyond the boundaries of Igbo land, albeit that we are one people but different tongues as the centuries have gone on. These are the same people that said, if you plan ahead, you avoid every pitfall. The warnings kept coming that a disaster was about to unfold in our land. Every prophet said it. Everybody, if you have a, should I say, a manageable, should I say, tangible grasp of history, you should be able to know that what is happening now will inevitably come to pass. We foretold what is going on now. We anticipated it. We announced it to the hearing of the whole world. The entirety of humanity can bear us witness. Prophecy after prophecy, prediction after prediction. What did we do? Nothing. We were more interested in individual survivalism. That is that thing within us. Lack of cooperation. Because those who are piloting the affairs of Biafra are not my relatives. They are not my fathers. They are not my uncles. They are not my children. I have a business in Abuja. I have a business in Kaduna. I live in the USA. I live in Europe. I live in Asia. I live in Lagos. It doesn't concern me. It doesn't bother me. That level of destructive individualism is why we are in the mess we are in today more than any other people. It is down to a very deplorable and ugly trait in an Igbo person. Very, very ugly. And we must expunge it tonight. We must try, I should try to, grandmothers are listening. How do I do this now? We must try as much as we can to remove this bad behavior from our system. It's terrible. That is the bane of an Igbo man. Selfishness to the point of destruction. Not just their own personal destruction, but the destruction of everybody. Had we not rushed back to the north immediately after the war, where people were struggling what to eat, there was no coordination, there was no planning. Those we are remembering this week, what they fought for, we frittered away more or less. We destroyed everything that they accomplished due to selfishness and individualism of an Igbo man. The same thing that made it impossible after the war for some elders to rise up and go into Ibibio land, go into Ijo land, ask brothers and sisters to reconcile, knowing fully well the plan of the Fulani. It was incumbent upon them immediately after the war, should I say, in 1976, as soon as Ohanese was set up, it was incumbent upon them. I expected them to go into the hinterland, to go into the coastal region of Biafra land and say, we got some things wrong. How do we fix it? They never did it. Until I started that very effort in 1999. They didn't do it. And till today it's not been done. I kept quiet to see if they would do it. But they have not. Because of selfishness and individualism. Not that they were, of course, Igbos are very good people. The same way that others are too. But sometimes there is a way you conduct yourself and the way you behave that gives off the wrong vibe and the wrong message. And that is what we're going to correct this very evening, this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. Unless it is marriage, unless it is politics or business, we never ever plan ahead. And that is why we are now having Janjaweed, terrorists from the Sahel, across the entire Sahel, supported by terrorists who have been recruited into the zoo army, into our land. We are not a people that learn from history either. We never learn from history. The killing of Biafrans started since 1945. Since 1945, they have been killing us every blessed year till now. I want people to count back how many years since 1945 they've been killing us till now. Because they kill us and we do nothing. They came to Ozowan, they came to, we've been battling out with them in Nepal. Everywhere you go to, they've been killing us. In Delta, in Cross River, in Akwa Ibom, everywhere there is death. And because we kept quiet over many years, they now realized, okay, we have divided them well enough. We have confused them well enough. We have raised enough saboteurs and traitors within them. Now let's go and occupy their land. That is why they have come. The truth is that the only thing that has been shielding us for centuries is the mercy of Elohim, in heaven, God Almighty. If it is down to the effort of an Igbo man, by now we will be a conquered people because of our selfishness, our greed, and our petty jealousy. These are the facts of life that nobody can escape from. It is the truth. And that truth must be confronted this very evening, because I can see how Professor Joffo is suffering in USA. Every day the man will be lamenting. We need help. We need help. They have come. They don't care in America. They just don't care. But tomorrow now, if they catch any of them and want to deport them, you see they'll be crying, saying, oh, Americans are wicked. You saw the way the Chinese were treating us. Some of us complain and said it's evil. But imagine the way you treat yourselves. Look at the way those in America that can fund a resistance have just sat on their hands, waiting for everybody to be killed in the village, so they can come back and cut a deal with the Fulani to become the emir to take people's land. That's what they're waiting for. That is the height of greed and the height of wickedness. And you claim you go to church, you go to the temple, you go to synagogue all the time. You go in front of your deity, whatever thing that you're worshiping. And you claim you're an honest person. Every day you bless kola nuts. And you break it and you eat. That's all that nonsense we talk about. We libate with hot drink. We speak to the human spirit when we pour drink outside during libation. After all of that, our behavior is as rotten as a stinking dustbin. As a stinking dustbin. Because I saw what Obiano was doing today and I felt ashamed of myself. And I said, this is not the great race that Lugard talked about. Is not this chaff. I believe that the real Igbo man died in 1970. Everything you've had ever since is just chaff. Counterfeit. Chaff. Because under Igbo Union, if we had Igbo Union would have seen all of these things before. They would have seen it long time ago and they would have made plans for it. But look at where we are today. Nobody knows. Your so-called leaders are hiding, doing conference call, doing Zoom, or is it Voom? I don't know what they call it. when you require leadership, they are found wanting. But they will be the ones to rise up tomorrow morning and say, oh, we are the leaders. We are the leaders. They don't respect us. Some of you that grew outside Igbo land that don't know the meaning of respect. There is something, we that grew up in the village, there's something called Okenye Beribe. If you don't know, go ask your next door neighbor. Because some of you grew up in Lagos, in Abuja, in Wisconsin. Some of you grew up in Guangzhou, in China. Some of you grew up in the UK. You don't know how we grew up as children. You have no idea about our culture and our way of life. You will Okenye Beribe, nobody will respect you. Nobody. When you speak, people will laugh at you. Children will laugh, will make a mockery of you. Because you're old for nothing. Look at where we are today. Look at the mess we are in today. And how sad it is. How sad it is that Obiano is now erecting a fence on Headbridge. He doesn't know the history of Headbridge. He doesn't know why some people in Anioma are upset. He doesn't know the reason why Achuzia commanded Biafran soldiers and was as ruthless as he was. The same Headbridge. He doesn't know the history of Headbridge, Onitsha. He thinks it's just something you can wake up in the morning and just close it off. Headbridge, Onitsha has symbolism. Because after Murtala Mohammed's second army came into Asaba, Headbridge was blown up to slow the advance of the army. And the fighters and the soldiers we had in Anioma could not cross over the bridge to safety. They were all massacred. Some of this history, we have no idea. When people are upset, sometimes you try and find out why they're angry. I saw a video, a very distressing video, where people, our own flesh and blood in Iguacha, after the war, said that the Igbos shouldn't come back to Iguacha. Iguacha is River State, for those who don't know, Port Harcourt. And I was reflecting and pondering, why would this man say this? But he's an evil man. After all, some of people they have no idea about their history. There is a place in Iguacha called Omadaolu. There is nowhere in the entire Igbo land that a village takes after a daughter. These were the descendants of a woman taken from Arochukwu to be sold as a slave. And slavery was abolished. And she stayed there. She was the only daughter. All of her siblings were sold as slaves. We sold them. That is part of the reason why God is angry with us. If you go to some places in Biafra land, they will tell you, we don't want anything to do with Arochukwu people. They will tell you that. You don't know the reason why. Because of slavery. Because of slavery, if you don't know, let me tell you. Some people despised it. This family was taken, everybody was sold, remaining one daughter, and slavery was abolished. That village became Omadaolu, the children of the only surviving daughter. The only place in the entire length and breadth of Igbo land where people are named after a woman. You ask yourself, why are people angry and upset with you? Why? Because of this same thing that is happening to us now. Selfishness and individualism. We were in Iguacha. Those that came from old Anambra will take those that come from Anambra and take care of them. Those from Imo will do the same all over the place. We never encouraged our own people who are in Ikwere, who are our flesh and blood, taken as slaves. Go and ask them if you know history, you know what I'm talking about. Most of the settlements in Ikwere land are slaves who were there and slavery was abolished. If you don't know, let me tell you. Go and check your history very well. The white man came and had slave merchants across the coast who started selling people. Igbo people started to sell their own people. Before the white man came from Europe, we were selling to the Jukuns. There's a place in Enugu, if you don't know, the market is still there. Ayabagho is still there. Some of you never read Domenoko. Go and read it very well. It's very clean and clear. we sold our own people. So God's anger has been with us from time. God, not the fact that we worship idol, not the fact that we bow before a graven image. God's anger has been with us from time. Why I'm touching all these things is to tell us that our behavior is very bad, especially at this time. Our land is under siege. How can you be saying to people you should be consulted? Who are you, Wonye? To consult you. Janjaweed is in your father's compound. You have no shame. You name your children Ahamefula, but your names are lost. Because all of you in America, your children, they will marry Latinos. They will marry Mexicans. Let me see how you bring them home. I'm giving you only 2 more generations. You'll be wiped away from the face of the earth. Your compound in the village will close down. You are finished. Selfishness. And the Joffa is suffering, running all over the place. I don't talk about IPOB. Because we have what it takes to defend ourselves. But we can't defend every village. We can't defend every village. It's not possible. Every year we remember those that died. Every year. After 50 good years, not one monument, not one proper monument you can look at and say, oh, wow. The one I tried to build in Enugu was really knocked it down. With his thugs. Because he was afraid of all the atrocities he's committed with Biafra, and thinking once this senator stands, he will die. All of you were there and you kept quiet. Of course, when the time comes, he will pay very dearly for it. Doesn't he know that? Of course, he will pay for it. He will pay very dearly for it. It is that your selfishness that is driving you now. They have come in. Some of you, is it answer to the Anambra State Association in America? Can you not reason and ask yourself, why is Headbridge being closed? And what can we do to save our people? You can't do it. Tomorrow you say you are in America. Tomorrow you go and say, oh, you'll be preaching rubbish, democracy, how to be nice to one another, how to be good and all that nonsense. We have our own faults, sometimes even deeper than those from outside that we criticize. I must tell you the truth. Elohim is waiting in heaven and watching to see what this generation of selfish Igbo people will do. I consulted on Igbo this very evening, this very first segment. Because if you are the first son of a family, the same way that Anambra is the first son of all of us, Anambra is the beginning of everything. It is their responsibility and duty to rise up and to say, from the likes of Adama of Nnamdi, these are the kingmakers, men of honor and integrity. Men of honor and integrity. These are the men that I respect. They have no respect for elders, but I respect the Adama, I respect him. And many others. Our father is there. All over the place. Or should I say fathers, that we respect and accord every honor. But not every idiot. Because in Igbo land there is something called Okenyi Beribe. You misbehave and you think you get respect from us. You're dreaming. It can never happen. People are not cooperating. The same thing happened in Africa. That was why only 5,000 men took over the whole of Africa. The same thing that is happening to us today. The same way the Janjaweed, the same thing that is happening to us now was the reason why the Fulanis found it very easy to divide and conquer the Hausa people. There is a very slight history I'll give to you later on, so you'll understand it very well. We had a whole year to plan the war in 1967. They killed us after the coup in 66. They massacred everybody. Who planned the coup? Those planning to keep Nigeria one. The same idiots we have today. Nzogu came to make Nigeria one. He was born in the north. After his coup failed, the mantle of leadership was taken over by somebody else raised in the north. My mother's uncle, who is Agironsi, traveled to the north at the age of 8 years old. So he's more or less a Kanu citizen. All of them were in the north. They wanted one Nigeria. Bakazikiwe, born in Zungeru, also the north. They wanted one Nigeria. In the search of a perfect Nigeria, Nzogu headed a coup. that was started an Igbo coup. After the coup finished and they killed all of us, they now said, oh, Agwanam is no longer Igbo. It is a Midwest, Middle Belt, South Belt, Niger Delta, South. Are you following what I'm saying? It's a very sober, because this week, remember our dead. It's a very sober broadcast this very evening, but laden with a lot of information and soul searching, which is the entire essence anyway. We had a whole year to plan. 66 to 70, we never planned anything until the war came. I was there running around, trying to buy weapons, trying to defend our land. Then it was too late. By the end of it, 5 million people lay dead. 5 million died. No plan, nothing. The same thing that happened then is happening now again. So in 50 years, an Igbo man has learned nothing. In 50 years, they have become even more stupid than they were ever before. Everybody has sense. Everybody is an intellectual. Even an idiot who for the blue file about the office flat file with a worn constitution in it. Now, just gossiping, that's what they do. Talking rubbish. Enemies are they have come. Can you see them? They have come. You are still busy yapping and talking rubbish, making stupid videos, talking nonsense and writing garbage. Now tell me why I shouldn't believe that you're an agent of the zoo to distract us. Some idiots are in America telling me that they're speaking American Akata accent, talking pure rubbish. You're in your house. Your place is burning. You want to be consulted. But the white people that built America, they did not wait for anybody to consult them. They drove the British away, built a civilization. Now you're enjoying in America. Do you see the difference between a white man and a black person? A white man has shame and honor and integrity. We have none. I tell you the truth. Because if we had any shame, I was in America. How many months ago was I in the US? I said, how many months ago? I was in Baltimore. There was a town hall meeting in Baltimore. The hall was packed, full of all of you. Isn't it? In Baltimore. I traveled from Washington, D.C. I think we drove for nearly 2 hours or thereabout to go to Baltimore so I can preach to you. What did I tell you? I need you to contribute $1 each. Somebody asked why. I said, because we need to prepare. As I told you in Los Angeles. So people talk about Los Angeles in 2015. I'm talking about 2020. 2020, am I correct? 2020 or thereabout. January, or was it December last year, we went to Baltimore. Have you all forgotten? I told you to contribute $1 each. Did you do it? You didn't. Ordinary $1. Being a typical Igbo man full of selfishness, greed and envy, self-deprecation. What you were thinking is, he did not contribute $1. He was thinking, oh, hi, this is Nnamdi. If all of us now contribute $1, hey, that will give him maybe nearly $2 million so every month. Hey, no. Now they have come to your village. The reason for that $1, they have come. How many of you paid $1? Ordinary $1. One single dollar. You couldn't pay. But you're in America. As selfish as Satan. You people are hot. You are evil. Horrible, horrible people. And I wish that one day America would deport all of you. Deport Hununi, deport all of you. I'm telling you, I wish America can deport. You people are evil. Obiano is building gates at Head Bridge. Some of you are sharing it on social media. But you're in America. You don't know why God sent you there? Look at Eritrea. It was Eritreans in the diaspora that saved their country. You don't know that before? You don't know that is your job? You don't know that was why you went to the USA? You have no idea? Because you're not prayerful. None of you go to useless Pentecostal churches. You are not spiritual. You are not in the spirit. If you are, you would have known the reason why Elohim sent you to America. The reason why you went to Europe. Some of you think it's to feed your family. Love from your mother, your father, and your children come naturally from your siblings. The greatest love in life is the love you have for your nation. That is why people die under a flag. The love you have for your nation, for your people, is the greatest love ever. Not for your wife, not for your child. The greatest love is the love you have for your nation. And your willingness to sacrifice anything to keep your nation progressive. Not like the zoo. We can't do it. We're intellectuals, so. All of you were there, Morrissey, who developed a drug for COVID-19. I've been watching all of them. They never said anything. He was ignored. Janjaweed went all the way to Madagascar to go and bring drugs. Nobody complained, as usual. Only IPOB. Only Nnamdi Kanu complained. And then, was it BBC, was it channels that ran and interviewed him? And then after that, what? Nothing. You never learn. Every blessed day, Fulani Janjaweed is telling you, we are against you, we hate you. Every day they show it in their words, in their action, that they have brought war to us. And some idiots in America, they want us to buy palm wine and cola nut and call a meeting and break it and do this rubbish they do every day. Elohim will give us Biafra. What we will do to some of you in America, believe you me, you know me, I say my own things fresh, clean, and live. So your envy can increase 10,000 times. Your jealousy can multiply. Now, Biafra will come. What we will do to you people in America, Americans will be wondering, are you sure you're from that place? Because you people are evil. You people are wicked. Very, very wicked. Beyond belief. Come on, $1. So you don't know. So in America, you don't pay tax. In America, to defend America. So you think when America comes out with a stealth bomber, it fell from heaven? You don't know it is years of research and development. You're not aware of that. I thought you guys went to school. I thought you went to school and you're educated. '67, the same thing happened. We lost 5 million dead. In the year 2020, we are still making this. Hey, after 50 years, the same. Look at what talking rubbish, talking about true federalism. Can you believe? Are you people mad? Are you insane? Are you insane? Are your brain cells not working? Let me see the idiot that will come out to say they're contesting. Then you bring out money to buy rice and Indomie. Now, those people that you want to convince to vote for you, their lives are under threat. Instead of you to rise up and defend your land, some of you are busy giving our land to Fulani. And there was one idiot in Obunike who will get hold of you. They say he's the PG in Obunike. They are selling our land. Do you know there is a native doctor, Fulani native doctor in Obunike? I have his name, I have his video, I have it. Fulani native doctor. That the dead Obunike Igwe, they connived and gave our land, the land of Biafra, to Fulani. There is another idiot in Opa, using a registered business to be buying land from people to give to Fulani. These are Igbo men, answering Igbo names in Abuja and in Lagos, going and doing bring kola nut. Let's pray on top of. They don't know the meaning of it. Let's pray on top of kola nut and break it and eat. They're selling our land to Fulani. Defend that land, they will not defend it. Every time, every 4 years they come, vote for us. Vote for us, or the Janjaweed will make them governor anyway. I think that's what's going to happen from now onwards. Do whatever nonsense you like. They wait for you in Abuja and choose whoever they like. Hope Uzodinma is giving our land to Fulani elementary schools. There are some things that I wonder what our ancestors will be thinking or feeling right now, to be honest with you. I don't know, to be honest. It's very, very shameful. Very shameful. For us, it is always, what will I gain? Usually. What is my gain? To serve your people, you're asking, what am I going to gain? What is going to be my gain if I go into this thing? Typically Igbo man. Igbo man at his worst. What am I going to gain? And I said to those, I said in 2009, I said to those of them in the north, one day they will kill you. You see all those properties you are collecting in the north, it is gone. Because once they take over Biafra land, they will cut off your escape route. You are finished. Fulani despises you to the bone. Doubly so because Nzogu killed Ahmadu Bello, the Assad one, their scion, the firstborn of their people. A direct descendant of Ottoman Donfodio. You think they'll forgive you? You are mad, you're insane, because you don't know history. You don't know anything. You wonder why Fulani, they hate you as much as they do. Because Nzogu killed the Sadwan of Sokoto, Ahmadu Bello. Shot the idiot dead. He was you can define ethnic bigotry. Ahmadu Bello's own was out of this world. And Nzogu was trying to save Nigeria. You know, he took over. You know, he was trying to save Nigeria. And look at where we are. Those trying to save Nigeria, look at now Nigeria has, the zoo has come in to swallow us. And somebody is in America waiting to be consulted. This thing you people are doing, I wasn't consulted. Elohim, please give us Biafra. So we can set an example with those in America that the world may know. You know, they watch cowboy movies and they think, oh, you can't stop me from coming into Biafra land. You cannot. It's my father's land. Elohim, please give us Biafra. We'll show those stingy bastards where they belong. Mad people everywhere. It's only people. You cannot go and learn from Eritrea. You cannot go and learn from South Sudan. You cannot go and learn from East Timorese. You cannot learn from Kosovo. You cannot learn from Albania. You never learn nothing in America. Just make money. Every 4 years you come home. Oh, unbelievable. We must continue. They said that Wazirike squandered the goodwill of people because he was engaged in fraud when he was doing Biafra. But we are not all the same. I know that IPOB, we've come a long way. We are fighting for our freedom at the most difficult time in our history, when there is no trust and no belief. The little trust that was left was Wazirike with his criminality squandered, smashed everything into the ground. So if you're asking our people to help now, it's very difficult. No matter how rich I am I going to be able to buy a tank? Can I buy an anti-tank missile? Can I, as one person, buy it? The answer is no. It's a collective effort. Everybody must come together. It is a collective effort. We must defend our land. This is not the time to be hiding and speaking. You can see the front. They carry their own AK-47 in the open. They carry assault rifles in the open. It's not hidden. So why are you telling me? Let's talk under the table. What are you talking under the table? They are in our villages with guns. Can't you see? Are you blind? Are you people blind in America? Are you that blind? You want me to beg you to speak nicely to you before you can rise up to defend your land? Are you not foolish? So in the land you're in, when George Washington was fighting the British, they were begging people. That was something I posted about taking an oath. Adams formed a secret society. They took oath in Massachusetts. You know what their job was? To kill saboteurs. Every Sabo, if you're not with them, they kill you. That America you're enjoying it, that Massachusetts you're in now, driving your Lincoln Navigator, your big Jeep. That was how they managed to get rid of the enemy and build a civilization that the whole world is proud of. But you're in America, you learn nothing. This week, remember those who sacrificed their lives that we may live. There will be no movement on the 30th of May until at least 12 noon. There will be a candlelight procession. There will be fasting and prayers. We are going to read from Psalm 1 to Psalm 150. Prayer and fasting for 4 days. Representing 4 market days. Starting from the 27, 28, 29. And ending that very fasting and prayer exactly 12 midday on 30th. I remember what our sister wrote. Her name is Mercy Carlo, because when I quote people, I must give them credit for it. She wrote this very brilliant piece. She wrote about trust and test, trials, temptation, and how fire purifies gold. He said, these words are for men who have proven themselves worthy. Such men, this is from a woman. You know, that's why I said that Biafra is a motherland. It's our women that can give us, should I say, they represent our moral compass as we navigate this very difficult terrain of freedom and emancipation. Let me read to you what a woman wrote. Such men don't listen to gossips. Such men are not distracted by illusions. And such men don't settle for less. We don't settle for less. Outright victory. They are moved on until they reach their goal. If you truly believe in something, I don't think anything anybody said to you will make you to renounce your beliefs. Otherwise, she mentioned my name. I would have abandoned the struggle a long time ago because our people can be very, very frustrating. But I know they're also very lovely. It takes them time to believe in you. But once they do, once they do, once they do, there's no going back. So in a way, it's also an advantage. Maybe Americans are testing us to see how strong we are. If you know them, go and tell them that we're very strong. We are not moving. Our goal is Biafra. Our goal is not to own a car or to live in a mansion. Our goal is to simply to go and get Biafra. And then after that, I'll retire and go and see if enjoyment is possible because I have suffered enough. I'm telling you. You can never see a Christian or a Muslim renouncing their membership of their faith. Even if you insult Muslims or Christians, it makes them to become harder in their belief. If you kill Christians, you get many more converts. It's only in our own that people don't know that Biafra is a religion. The more you persecute us, the more hardcore we become. The more hardened our core becomes. It's only the flimsy ones. After 2-3 days, they run away. Oh, they give excuses. Oh, I was insulted. I don't like the way they insult you. But I'll imagine it's killing you. They're in your village. And you're still championing one Nigeria. You say somebody insulted you, and because of that, you can't do Biafra anymore. But I'll imagine it's in your village. They've been killing you since 1945. And you're still a Nigerian. They were killing. St. Peter was crucified upside down in Rome. Some were thrown into drums of boiling oil. Cauldron of oil in Rome. Where you have St. Peter's Basilica. Peter was crucified in Rome. Did that stop you from attending Roman Catholic Church? I'm just asking. You claim you were insulted. Peter was killed. Yeshua was killed. People were persecuted. It didn't stop them. It didn't stop them. I can't be giving all these flimsy, useless, foolish excuses all the time. Before COVID-19, I was begging in America. $1 each, they said no. $1. They said no. In that account in America, do you know what they have contributed till now? $37,000 only. You know me, I don't hide anything. $37,000, that's what's in the account. But if you have, hey, they're collecting money. They gave the, hey, Chineke, they gave the money, or they are rich, or they have money. Only that, for how many months now? And the money is still there. How many rocket launchers can that buy you? Because you know, once we defeat them on the ground, the next thing you will see Al-Majri do, they will take to aircraft. Britain will give them aircraft to come and start bombing us. You don't know that? That we need missiles that can bring down aircrafts. Don't you know that? You don't know that's what they're going to do? Do you know when they came to my house on the 14th of September, Nigerian army came with 2 bombers, jet bomber 2 attack helicopters, and a squadron that to attack my home. A civilian, I had nothing, not even catapult. They came to, what they wanted to do is let my men kill any of them. They would have bombed my village. Exactly what Obasanjo did to Odi. That's what I wanted to do in my village. You don't know that? So you don't know? That any contingency you're making has to include making sure that we neutralize Nigeria's air power. You don't know that? You don't know the bomb places? You don't know? Okay, let any day they start and you retaliate. You see what will happen to you. They will send Air Force jets to come and bomb everywhere. That's what they do. You don't know that? That's what they're waiting for. They have bribed Britain, the British High Commissioner. Her bag is full of cash. The US ambassador, her bag is full of cash. They have made money. Do you think all these things happening in the zoo that they are telling their countries? Of course not. Of course not. They're not telling them. Do you think all this Janjaweed moving to Biafra land that British High Commissioner is telling Boris Johnson? No, she is not. She is not. Do you think those in Australia are telling their people? Of course not. That, there was a few skirmish, Heather and they're fighting for access to water to feed their cattle. Let's see what we can do to make sure that they go into mechanized farming. That's what they're telling them. Oh, some of you, hey, Chineke. So some of you actually think that the British High Commissioner in Abuja have written a dispatch to London to say that terrorists are moving to the south. Is that what you think? Hey, people are dreaming. We are on our own. We are on our own. A government cannot act unless they get the intel on the ground. Is Trump going to trust me or trust his ambassador in Nigeria? I'm asking you a simple question. I'm not an American. Is Trump going to trust me or trust his ambassador in Nigeria? You know the answer to that. And that ambassador is saying, oh, there's nothing wrong. It's just a bit of COVID-19 here and there. They're just moving south. Don't worry, everything is okay. And Janjaweed are coming to kill us. And they have bribed every media in the world. 2, 3, they have... Why is somebody calling... These people are not well, you know. Why is somebody calling by this time? Unbelievable. Oh, he's not even listening. He's just calling, want to talk on the air. Just imagine. There's a lot of orientation to be done in Biafra land, I'm telling you. They are not relaying any message to their home country. That is the truth. Before heaven and earth, that is the truth. You must understand that they have started the killing. Some of you don't know, but the killing have actually started. What they are now doing is to do exactly what the Iraqi resistance did to US soldiers in Iraq after Desert Storm. You know what they did? They started to place, pipe bombs, like toys, like something you can just pick up, like a scrap metal. You don't know it's a bomb. You pick it up and you die. They have started it in Owerri. This is for those who are from Owerri, who are in the US. Let me tell you, you are waiting for it to start. It started already. Bomb exploded and killed 3 people in Imo State. Are you listening? They are testing things out because their boy is in Imo. Hope Uzodinma is there to protect them. You people don't know what is going on. 3 middle-aged men identified as Elvis Okado, Kasiem Obi Uzoma, Justice Adiemene. They have all met their untimely death in Imo State. The sad incident occurred as a result of a bomb explosion in Eziosu community in Ugu, the local government area of Imo State. Confirming the incident, in case you say it was fabricated, confirming the incident, the police public relations officer, Superintendent Orlando Kechukwu, said the incident occurred on Thursday at about 2 p.m. when members of the community suddenly heard a loud explosion. They rushed to the scene only to discover 3 lifeless bodies of the victims lying dead on the ground. That's the day they have come. This is the what Mujahideen, this is what they do. It's called an improvised explosive device. That's what they use. They drop it by a street corner. You come there, children will pick it up and they will die. And you have people in America that could have helped. And they have decided not to help. They have decided not to help. What? The same thing that was how we sold our own people to Arabs first and then to white people. That was why God cursed black people in Africa. You don't know that? You don't know. So some of you don't know. That our wickedness is unbelievable. Unbelievable levels of wickedness and atrocities. Unbelievable. This black. Look at USA after the war. They sent money to Germany to rebuild Germany. They gave money to Japan to rebuild Japan. These are white people. They fought war with Germany, but America, under the Marshall Plan, after the war, gave money to Germany to rebuild Germany. white Europeans. Do you see why God loves them? Do you see why God keeps? Do you see why they are blessed? How about blacks? We lost the war courtesy of Britain. Instead of them to say, oh, let's rehabilitate is after the war, as there is something called chivalry. They decided not to abandon that very code. Ask any grown-up, of course, the ones who are learned, they will tell you what chivalry means. They said, no victor, no vanquish, no this, no that, and no that. You know what they did? And when we came out, even the one, you know that verse in the Bible, where Jesus took money from those that don't have and gave to those who already. That's what they did after the war. The little we had in Germany after the World War, Second World War in Germany, everywhere was rebuilt with American money. They destroyed our land. The thing that gives money to the zoo, Nigeria, comes from our land. They now came, they open your mother's purse or your grandmother's purse in the bank and take whatever is left there. And some people wake up in the morning and say they are Nigerians. Unbelievable. Things are happening if you don't know. Things are happening everywhere. There was a news that broke this evening before we came on air. There is a group now accusing the Janjaweed, the Fulani, Al-Majiri, that they are the ones aiding jihadist genocide going on as we are occupied with Biafra land. You don't know what's happening in Kaduna. In Kaduna, there is wholesale slaughter. In Kaduna, Kaduna Christians are being massacred and decimated as we speak. Are you aware of that? No, you're doing one Nigeria. You're fighting for APC and one Nigeria. Christians in southern Kaduna are finished. They have the news broke this evening. Let me tell you the people that announced it. It is the Southeast-based Coalition of Human Rights and Democracy Organization, SBCHRO. SBCHRO. They said they have alerted the world, including Western democracies where people have human feelings. You know, no matter how bad a white man is, at the end of the day, at least they have a little bit of feelings. Unlike blacks. What they are saying is that they have told the world that indigenous Christian communities, Hausa Christian communities in southern Kaduna, in 7 local government councils, hey, they are being slaughtered. People are dying in Kaduna. People are being slaughtered in Kaduna like chicken. They have alerted the world because you don't have a country. There is no country. Nothing is happening. This is what those in America are praying for. You know that land they're eyeing in the village. There's some of them want a piece of land in the village. They're eyeing it. They are now waiting and saying, oh, have the killing started? He's in Minnesota asking, oh, has the killing started in Olu? I want to, let me know when it started. That farm belonging to Mrs. Mr. Okereke's wife. Let me see if she's dead, so I can come back and claim it because it's in the family. A black man in America, a black man, an Igbo man in America, is praying that the Fulanis will come and kill us, so he will come back and claim the land belonging to the uncle's wife. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Some of you don't know what is happening. Go into our towns and our villages and see what is going on. Go to Okwa and have a look. Our land is gone. What you're now seeing in our land is round moth of Fulani, round mud house, thatch house. In our land, that you will struggle to find a mud house, despite being stripped bare, more or less, after the war. We lost 5 million people. Those in America, it doesn't touch their heart, it doesn't touch their spirit. They are not moved. They are not moved. They want all of us dead. Go to Okwa, you will see it. And these are lands being given by our people. Somebody will come as a land agent. Mietiala will approach him. He will go to the Igwe, the Eze of the village, or the PG, That is why there is this craze now about being a PG. You want to be PG, they're looking for land to sell. Anybody say, I want to be PG, is because they want to sell communal land to Miyetti Allah. Have you wondered where that 100 billion they gave to Miyetti Allah, where should I say, what they're using it on? Not just to buy weapons. They're using it to buy land in Biafra land. Now you know. That is why some traditional rulers are busy giving our land away to Miyetti Allah. The one in Okwa. Give it to Miyetti Allah. Obunike. Please, Amaka, publish that video that are those in Obunike that was talking rubbish yesterday. Publish that very video so they can see it. What is happening? Publish it for them to see in Obunike. And their native doctor, their Dibia, their full-on native doctor in Obunike. Doing voodoo for them to confuse the village. No, and they're confused. That's why they came yesterday to write rubbish. Have you seen your people? These are Igbo, IGBO Igbo. You know, Obunike? Traitors. Because of money, cash. Treacherous human beings. You know, Obunike. Talking rubbish. We'll get hold of their PG. Don't worry. You hear the story. We'll get hold of him. These are idiots selling land to Fulani. Fulanis, you know, we have they think that Nnamdi Kanu can come on air and preach falsehood to the world. They don't know who we are. You think I can sit down here behind this microphone that Elohim gave me and I'll be preaching falsehood? Not what I say, I'll be telling lies. You are insane. We'll get you. The PG of Obunike, we will get hold of you. And that day, you speak Latin, I assure you. They are selling our land. Selling our land to our own killers. This is the sense of an Igbo man. Selling the land of your ancestors to those who are going to kill you. Those that killed you in Kanu, killed you in Jos, killed you in Sokoto, killed you in Kafanchan, killed you. You are giving land to them in Obunike. So you're smart. You're a smart guy. You are very smart. And now, Obunike is a mini Fulani emirate. They think we lie, as they do. The traditional ruler is now dead. And let us warn everybody, any traditional ruler, Eze, Igwe, whatever you call yourself, if you're found giving land to Fulani, if you're found anywhere, we are everywhere investigating. Any land we go to, we see Fulani, we will ask them, who put you here? Once they say it's the Igwe, they show us the receipt or the Eze of the land, you are finished. All of you writing nonsense. Oh, they don't respect. Write more now. You people are taking money to sell us. That's why we're in this mess today. Because had Wazirike been consistent, we wouldn't be here today. Would have been long gone. Inconsistency. Inconsistency. I don't know what you people are doing with petty money. Chicken change. That can't change you. Nothing. What is this madness about owning a mansion and driving a car? What is that craze all about? What is that madness all about, I'm asking you? Why are you people so foolish? Transient things that are meaningless. A car and mansion. You want to have title. Because of that, you betray your nation. You betray your people. Unbelievable. Obunike is in council are denying that Obunike is no longer Fulani land, but it is. So they think that I can lie to them. The PG is in trouble of Obunike. These are criminals. They think they're smart. They want to bring their Lagos and Abuja 419 into Biafra land. You know, doing their mago-mago. They sell the land. I have the video. Amaka showed them the video of Obunike. Them and their useless Fulani friends, Miyetti Allah Irats. Because Loretta Onoche has her own in Asarok. I think Miyetti Allah have now even recruited people, answering Igbo names, going on Facebook and talking rubbish. Show them the video of Obunike. Mad people. Do you see the cheek, the effrontery? After stealing, they catch you as a criminal. The Obunike is in council. You catch them red-handed, selling land to Fulani. they still have the face. They still have the face to come and be writing rubbish. That is a lie. They don't know we have the video. Do I look like somebody who will make an allegation without evidence? Hey, Chobo Kadibo's home. I don't know. Abomination. That is what you get when you have the likes of Nnamdi in charge. He doesn't know our culture. He knows nothing about our way of life. Absolutely nothing. People are selling land to Fulani because they're all compromised. All of them are compromised. All of them. Compromised. And these are the elders one you want to respect. Hey, stupidity is a disease. It's a disease. And let me tell you why. People don't understand us when we speak. This evening, I want to prove to you that Nnamdi is in on this scam that is going on, selling our land to Fulani. You know us, we have evidence. Before I accuse anybody in my life, I have the incontrovertible proof. Incontrovertible. Never changes. These are the criminals. He's our leader. Oh, I defer to you, he's our leader. This man is a rogue. Oh no, Nnamdi is a criminal. I have the proof. Oh my goodness. Please, if you have it, you say, go online and check it. Ohaneze issued a statement about 9 months ago. You know, sometimes they say the internet never lies. You can just go and find anything you want. Igbo miscreants, that was what he called us then. Listen. That was when Fulani headsmen were killing people. It was so why. Everywhere, massacre everywhere. That was when the governor of Enugu State called us a rock and nobody picked his call. Because the Fulanis were on rampage. Fulanis were everywhere killing in... Go to Ebonyi and see what is going on now. Oh my goodness. Go, please publish that headline. Igbo miscreants hide under headsmen to kill innocent people. The Fulanis were innocent. Igbo miscreants. Fulanis are coming and killing us. Anywhere we put up any resistance, they say, oh, they're killing innocent people. Oh. Who issued that statement? Ohaneze. Please, publish that very link so the world can see it. I don't accuse people anyhow. What would I gain? I have integrity and honor. Millions all over the world believe that anything that comes out of my mouth is the truth. And it is. They know I don't lie. Ohaneze has made a revelation. This is the news, oh. Ohaneze Ndibo has made a revelation about the rising rate of kidnappings and killings in the southern part of Nigeria. The President General of Ohaneze, Chief Nnamdi said, some Igbo miscreants hide under Fulani headsmen atrocities to kidnap and kill innocent people. Exactly what they asked him to say. His Fulani masters. Listen, I say if I push you, I'll show you where to fall. Everything I tell you is the truth. The ceremonial word. Word, however, urged traditional rulers, number 1, town unions, number 2, and local vigilantes to fish the miscreants out and hand them over to law enforcement agencies. Not to fish out the Fulanis who are doing the killings and the raping of our women, which, of course, Dave Umahi, the governor of Ebonyi State, confirmed. Dave Umahi said that they raped a woman and killed a woman in Ebonyi State. So Nnamdi is telling us that we are the ones raping our mothers and killing them in the farm? Hey! Now you see why? Now do you see why? Do you now understand why we are angry? Why we cannot respect people who are working with our enemies secretly to come in? They come in, you see them in the open, you think they are normal. Oh, we don't like what's happening. We want to restructure it. Rubbish. They are their slaves. They are their slaves. You've heard it. It's there, it's online. Not he issued a statement. We are the miscreants, and the Fulani headsmen who are in our land are the saints. They are Saint Michael, Saint Gabriel, Saint Yusuf. They are now in our land, killing us. And instead of Nwodo to call a meeting to say, what do we do to defend our land, Nwodo said it is IPOB that is doing the killing. Oh, dear. Our hands are clean, and we are proving it. They now wrote a letter. This one is the asset, what's the name? Association of Southeast Town Unions. The same group of people. ASETU. I don't know how God is punishing us. Chuko Kikabiama, why are you doing this to us? They wrote a letter. I'm going to read the letter. I have another letter to read. The main topic this evening, from Pandef to Abuja. I'll read it. Analyze it for you. This is a letter from the Association of Southeast Town. The ones Nwodo is calling upon to fight IPOB instead of Fulani headsmen. I'll read it for you. They are writing to United Nations from Enugu. They're in a lock-up garage in Enugu writing to UN in New York in the middle of pandemic. I want to read the letter for you. United Nations Secretary General, UN Secretary to New York, USA. The President, they wrote also, they copied in Trump, two of them. Special Advisor on the UN on the prevention of genocide. Now they know there's genocide though. On the prevention of genocide, UN. Everybody was copied in. What is the main heading of the letter? Ethnic cleansing and land grabbing agenda in eastern Nigeria. And who are the people to blame? I'll read it for you very quickly. It has come to our attention that able-bodied young men from northern Nigeria are being smuggled into the southeast and eastern part of the country in droves. This is in spite of the nationwide lockdown and all the rest of it. And they are coming from the north. So it's not IPOB, as Nwodo wanted to make them believe. And now they're writing a letter to UN. Do you know what I find very bizarre about the lack of trust and cooperation within our people is this? You are writing to an organization that is in America, UN, and Trump. Ask yourself, as they will do, in the Western world, when you want to go and register a charity, I'm sure even in the zoo, when you want to register a company or a charity, they will ask you, in the Western world, are there people doing exactly what you intend to do? If the answer to that question is yes, then they'll ask you to go and join those people. These people writing this, they know they have World Igbo Congress in America that is actually registered with ECOSOG and the UN. The same people that UNPO registered with in order to represent Bim Masop Wazlike, the latest fraud he was walking about with. WIC is there already. But instead of going through WIC, there is an Igbo organization in America, they wrote it on their own. We want to do our own thing as well. Do you see the problem that we have as a people? Is it clear now to everybody? Do you see the problem that we have? Instead of writing to WIC, please, World Igbo Congress, what do we do? We have this. Can we synergize? Can we cooperate? How can we do this together? No, everybody wants his name to be heard. They want to do their own. Who is asset to now? Do you think that UN who is that asset to? What is that supposed to mean? The letter did not come from Ohaneze. It came from Asetu. What is Asetu, I ask you? It means nothing. But your children are there in America under the leadership of a man that is working. It is the only one I've seen actually who's in WIC that has common sense. Working for his people. They could have telephoned Professor Ejiofor to say, Professor Ejiofor, we have this letter. Help us. Let us coordinate everything. So they know we are speaking with one voice. But no, this one will write from Enugu. This one will write from Oka. The other one will write from Iguacha. One will write from Ekom. One will write from Obudu, Cattle Ranch. To the same UN. And they get all these letters and they're thinking, my goodness, are they normal at all? Now you know what is happening. Do you see how we are? Do you see the way we behave? Do you see what is wrong with us? Can you see what is wrong with us as a people? Everybody wants his name to be heard. Even if you don't have the pedigree, even if you don't have the class, you don't have the finesse or the grace to do the work, you want your name to be heard. Why couldn't they go to WIC? They want their, oh, now I sent letter, I signed it, oh, my name is going to appear at the UN. In case Biafra comes. So we will say to our children, we're also part of it. That's what they're doing. Do you see how we reason and how we behave? Very, very sad indeed. We must, as a people, streamline the way we do things. There is an existing UN registered Igbo organization with an established name. That is the World Igbo Congress. Submit your letters through World Igbo Congress. They will deliver them. If you are an Igbo organization wishing to reach out to the US-based organizations, for instance, or any of this anywhere in the world for that matter, if your petition is Biafra related, you go through IPOB. Because we have the presence all over the world. If it is about Igbo, you go through World Igbo Congress. What is wrong with our people? Why all this duplicity? Why all this, multiplicity of organizations? For what reason? Do you see where our problem lies? They can't. And that letter will be ignored, of course. But had this letter been submitted through WIC, WIC will give them the letter and also attend UN ECOSOC meetings where they can actually discuss it with UN officials. Now you understand me, don't you? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is what is happening in Okwa. In Okwa. The telephone number is the everything. Please, can you release the video of Okwa? Our people, Igbo people, are selling land to Fulani. Obunike. In Okwa. Everywhere. After selling land to Fulani, and the Fulani is now coming, the same association of town unions will now write to America. You write to UN, write to Trump, and say, oh, please, help us. But you sold land to them. And then I want to tell you that IPOB is the problem. You should work with your vigilantes. Now, do you see it? Have you seen it? What you have done to yourself. And somebody quite rightly said, all truth must pass through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed. Secondly, it is violently, of course, opposed. And thirdly, it is accepted as being self-evident. That's what we do. We preach the truth. You may not like it, you may not understand it, but in the end, as where we are today, did I not tell you we'll be here? I told you. Where we are today, that they are coming. I said to you, they are coming. You said, oh, but where are they? I said, don't worry, have they not come? Have they not come? Have they not come? I'm asking you. And when next I tell you something, you take it seriously. In a country where there is no president, there is no vice president, that is anarchy and chaos and lawlessness. But do you know what they are doing? They are busy lobbying Interpol to try and stop me. Do you know that? They want a man, this present IG of police, Mohammed Adamu, to head Interpol. Do you know that? They'll be shocked how we know. I got this information from Interpol headquarters. They said they are lobbying Mohammed Adamu. In Asorok now, they are panicking. They'll be in a state of shock. How come he knows? If I tell them what I know, I will tell them the day I'm waiting for COVID-19 to finish, the day I will do the mother of all exposés about how Buhari, I will tell, let me tell them something. Buhari had his kidney removed on the 2nd floor of that hospital. I don't want to give them the name. 2nd floor, he had his kidney removed on the 2nd floor. And when the day comes, I'll educate the world. They want Adamu to become Interpol head. So they can fight IPOB. Do you see how strong we are? Obunike, you see how strong we are. Not Obunike people, please. Your PG, that is a thief. Your PG is a rogue. With your dead Igwe. Your dead Igwe is a traitor. He's a criminal. He's a rogue. The Igwe of Obunike is a criminal. He's an armed robber. And he's PG. And we'll deal with them. The PG, of course. I tell you what I'm going to do before I do it. We'll deal with you, and he knows we'll do so. The zoo has no president, no vice. They know it is... some of them have seen the 45-year-old boy that Aisha is now proudly parading everywhere with puffed cheeks. You can see it. That he's wearing a mask. Everybody can see it. And I'm asking you, when Buhari was alive, did Buhari take any picture with the wife? Up until the year December 2016, I challenge anybody, apart from his swearing in ceremony the first time, show me Aisha Buhari with the dead Buhari, show me the picture. You people, you don't reason. You have no brain, no faculty, no reason. You don't reason. The black and this UG, black people. I said, show me now. Now they are doing first family. Should I say fake family? Not first family, but fake family. Show me the picture of the old dead Buhari. Show me the picture. Show me the picture. I'm asking you. And show me where. Show me where. Somebody wrote and said, traditional rulers are enticed with cows, money by headers. That 100 billion from Mietiala. That's where they're using to buy our Igbo. They bought the Igbo of Ubunik, bought his PG. Maybe he changed a new car to maybe to Prado. He's talking rubbish. You're a thief. You think Nnamdi Kanu can be preaching to the whole world and preaching falsehood? Is that what you think? When I came on air, when they did the first broadcast, I told you that Abba Kyari was in Havana in Cuba. And I told that Abba Kyari was brain dead. They put him on a life support machine. Any day they switch off the life support machine, he's dead. I told you live on air before they announced his death. I told you also, you don't reason. I told Alamajiri that thing in Asorok will never speak. That's what I told you. Didn't I say it live on air? I said, he will never speak. They said, but why? I said, I know. That thing there is not even Jubril. Jubril is in Havana. As Abba Kyari was living, the only thing that was in his, give me Jubril. They gave him Jubril. He took to Cuba. Didn't I tell you? Did I not tell you? I said live on air, on this platform, this God-given platform, that thing in Asorok will never speak. That's what I said. Has he spoken? Has he spoken? Forget all the razzmatazz, the Photoshop pictures. Has he spoken? They said he would speak, and I went to my Facebook page and I told them, I'm waiting. Let him talk. They quickly canceled it. So you have forgotten. You don't know how powerful we are, do you? I challenge them. I goad them. I challenge them to make mistake. You don't know that's what we do? We push them, or we keep pushing until they keep because of IPOB. Now, Aisha is not taking picture with a Buhari. They claim. Aisha Buhari, before 2016, show me your public pictures with your dead husband. Bring it out. Let us see. There is none. Do you see how we roll? I told Zoo that Elohim will break you into pieces for the sake of IPOB. I said for the sake of IPOB, God will destroy Nigeria. For the simple, do you know why? Because we hold the key. I call it the key of David. The 7 senses of David. There is a way you ask God for something. You're holding God. He cannot get, he will do that thing for you. David had the secret. And so do I. Elohim said you will pay a very huge price. I said I will pay anything. He said, I will give you Biafra, but I will, in front of your eyes, I will destroy Nigeria. I will make Nigeria hollow. That's what Elohim is doing. For our sake. Because God in heaven knows that our heart is clear. Nobody loves our people more than the way we do. Nobody does. We do what we do because we love our people. Nothing more, nothing less. That is, I don't want to be president of anything. I don't want any contract. I need nothing from anybody. I mean absolutely nothing. Let Biafra come and I retire. Nothing. I said nothing. I don't want anything. I don't want your mansion. I don't need your car. I need nothing from you. But to do the will of God. That's all. But yet they don't understand it. If I want to sell this movement, I'd have sold it in DSS custody. In Kuje, they came and I said no. When I came out, they came and I said no. Is it now that I'm going to betray you? It's not, you know it's not possible. My father and my mother, they're in heaven watching. And you think I will abandon Biafra? When my mom and my father are in heaven watching. Hey, please now. Please, give me a break. Where is Buratai? You know, I'm directing this analysis this evening to Obunike people that wrote rubbish. I believe in free speech. I can never harm anybody for speaking the truth. But if you harm Biafra, we will harm you. And what Obunike PG has done in Obunike is sacrilegious. Giving our land, he doesn't know, I have evidence. Giving our land to Fulani. In Okwa. The same thing in Okwa they are doing. Every traditional ruler, I will announce all your names on Wednesday with your pictures. Everybody that sold our land to Fulani, I will publish all your pictures, the land you sold with the videos. I will do it on Wednesday. So that the world may know how evil you are. We are suffering from the wickedness of those in America. And you're adding your own wickedness on the ground. Where do people want us to go? You want us to go to hell or what? You're challenging me. I told you that Buratai is gone. And Mazi was foaming from the side of the mouth talking about it. I said, Buratai is gone. Where is Buratai today? Where is Buratai? Where is Buratai? I'm asking you. You're playing with me. You people don't even know. Maybe because some, once you stay together, some people, they're thinking, I know him now. I told you that Buratai was running to Niger. He's gone. He's not at the front line. Did he attend his mother's burial? He's the chief of army staff. You see how Elohim is destroying the zoo. Abba Kyari is from Borno. They killed somebody. I don't know if it's a Shibaja and put him in the ground in Abuja. Is that his hometown? You see, Elohim is wonderful. God in heaven. Elohim is fighting this battle. But there is a lesson that God wants to teach Igbo people I don't want to be a part of. We are begging him, please. There is a lesson. God is so angry with Igbo people that he wants to teach them a lesson. With Fulani. You know, that's how Elohim works. He always uses your enemies to punish you. I'm asking him to have mercy. We'll cleanse Biafra land. Once you give us Biafra, we'll cleanse everything. Because a lot of abominations. Imagine a traditional ruler. The day he was coronated, he was in the market in the village square of our forefathers to defend the land and the culture. The land he gave to Fulani. He gave to Fulani because of money. Now he's in the grave. He cannot eat the money anymore. He's the PG that is running his mouth until we catch you. Then you will know. We'll catch you. The Nigerian army that specializes in attacking civilians, where is Buratai? Nigerians are just useless. It's just when Loretta Onochie, the ex-harlot, she's harlot, of course, human trafficker. When she gives you 3,000 naira a week for data, you're writing rubbish. Hey, here is Kanu. He started from London. From London. And your Asarok is empty. No Buhari. No Shibanjo. No Buratai. Nothing. And you're still running your mouth. Like just to making noise. You don't know who we are. Your Asarok is empty. The day we open it to the whole world is the day the zoo comes down. Let me see the government of the world that will support such, hey, my goodness me, high crimes and misdemeanors. Aisha will go to prison. Aisha must go to jail. You don't know who we are. We never let go. They think if they come, hey, talk about something else now. Every time it's Buhari. Every time they Photoshop. Rubbish. We stay on it. We are not going anywhere. We stay on it. That you may respect us and know that we are not like anything you've seen before. IPOB is not like anything. In your craziest dreams, you have never seen anything like IPOB before. Our madness is on a different level. As I told you before, if you want us to go into the gutter, before you come in, I'm there waiting for you already. Mad people everywhere. You blocked us, air, land, and sea. Egyptians were flying your jet. British army officers were on the ground directing the attack against Biafra land. Britain enforced air, land, and sea blockade. No food, nothing. We held that for 3 years. Talk less of now that Britain can no longer come. Alamajiri. Okay, you are counting on the wickedness of people in America. Okay, I can understand that. They are counting that Britain may not come to help us kill all of you, but your brothers in America, they are so wicked that we know they're not going to help you. But Biafra will come. And every aircraft landing from America will park it one side, under the sun, one side. Now, all those human rights groups in America, they'll be complaining, but there is a stranded aircraft in Biafra full of American citizens. Start complaining from now. Because those your citizens, they are wicked. A plane will land because the first airport to have in Biafra is Uli. Uli. For symbolism's sake, that is where the first aircraft will land in Biafra. Once it's landing in Uli Airport, once they say from America, we'll park you to one side. What? Some will be deported back. Biafra land, you are abandoned in a time of need. You want to come back. I come back and do what? All of you that believe in researching and specializing in rubbish, I hope all of you can see the wickedness of Igbo people in America. I hope you can all see it. You can see it now. You can see how wicked they are. That Fulani are in our villages. And they are waiting for us to call a party for them so they can dress very nice and come and display. Igbo people. Igbo. IG. When the time comes, they will be the ones to complain the most. And we will deal with them. And it is that time, believe you me, that they will know, oh, we are going to fight you now. We are going to buy weapons and start to fight you. But now, they will not fight you. They will not come now. It is when we have secured Biafra land, they will buy, that time you will come. The Jews did it as well. Oh. You see, our brothers in Israel, you know, we are the same people. The same thing. Jews in the same America, before Golda Meir went, they petitioned them. They said, no, that Ben-Gurion cannot do what he's doing. You cannot make Tel Aviv the temporary capital of Israel. No. We want, it's either Jerusalem or nothing. You know what they did? They never gave arms to Ben-Gurion. But they went and bought arms to come and fight him. Not to fight the Arabs. No. Jews in America contributed money, bought weapons to come and fight their own people. Come and fight them. Not to fight Arabs. The same thing will happen now. And we will kill all of them. Go and bring it and come now. You think because you're in America, you watch Rambo, you think it is Rambo. You go and come. We'll teach you a lesson. We'll show you that wickedness doesn't pay. That's your wickedness now in America will never pay you. And all the Sabo can never come home forever and ever. They can never come. Sabo can never come to Biafra land. If you like, if you're escorted by 10 amnesties, you can't come home. Mad people. Where is Buratai? And you're playing with us. Because I know them. We went to primary school together, secondary school. You don't know who we are. We are IPOB. I'm not Akwada. We are IPOB. Ask them what it means, they will tell you. Mad people everywhere. It was one Nigeria that cost us. I'm going to read a letter to you. An open letter from those that call themselves Niger Delta. From Pandev. I watched them. These days, when they want to mention Niger Delta, there is a type of, their tongue will be vibrating. They are no longer sure. Because that is the height of stupidity. Once you say you're a Niger Delta person, you are an idiot. A complete and utter idiot. You are an idiot in the morning, an idiot in the afternoon, an idiot in the evening, and I'll prove it to you why you are a complete all-rounded fool. Nothing like Niger Delta. If you say Ijo, I will understand you, I will respect you. You say Yoruba, I will respect you. If you say Isoko, of course, fine. If you say you are a BBO, you are Efik, you are on, you are Anan, I respect you. But to open your mouth and say Niger Delta means you're a fool, you are raised in the zoo, you're a zoo animal, your brain cells are not functioning. Not well. We must proceed. They wrote a letter from Pandevo. I call them the, you know, every ethnic group, they have their own efulefu. They say, oh, they're the elders. I say, you're talking rubbish. When you hear Aya Debanjo speak, you will know. You will know an elder is speaking with authority. Asking them, come back and protest on the street. We are here. When you hear a genuine elder concerned, you will know. Go and listen to what they were saying. A man I respect immensely, but Yoruba people won't write about it. Aya Debanjo. And of course, I hope that this other young boy coming up now, that he remains consistently consistent. He may inherit the mantle of Aya Debanjo. They wrote a letter from Niger Delta. They wrote now they're writing letters. The same reason why they hated, of course, maybe they may have good reasons of hating an Igbo man. Let us go and see. Because Edwin Clark was a traitor during the war. He was a saboteur. The head of Pandef was a saboteur. Sabo. You know, Fulani, they know how to arrange to play their game. As I told you, that's why they put Opus Odema there. To play the game of getting them a loyal or Hanese President General come December of this year. Edwin Clark was saboteur. Conquan. They bought him with ordinary Federal Commission of Information. He became useless to his people. Even at his old age, he cannot repent and say, God, forgive me if I have sinned against your children. Edwin Clark. He's now a letter writer. He's writing a letter. Let us read the letter for you. NMPC appointment. Now they have woken up that there is nepotism. Now that Jigawa actually owns the oil in the southern part of Biafra land. Now they know it. Now it is very clear. But these are the same people that told you an Igbo man is your problem. Have you forgotten? These are people that tell you, oh no, Biafra is bad for you. And I kept preaching to you, telling you, the reason for that is because they want oil and gas. You never listened. Because you're deaf. The same thing, all of you are the same. All Biafrans are the same. Igbo, Ibibio, Efiko, we are all the same. The same character. The same bad character. The same bad character everywhere. You're not writing letter. And let me read the letter for them. You're writing to does Buhari exist? Is there any Buhari? That thing that you saw today in a picture with Aisha, is that Buhari to you? Does that look like Buhari to you? I'm asking you a question. Is that Buhari? Does that look like Buhari to you? The answer is, of course, no, it is not Buhari. Because Buhari is dead. Long gone. All of you are grown-up men, old men, all deceiving themselves. Nobody can speak the truth. All deceiving themselves. If not for a brave Igbo woman, Dora Kunyili, they would have done the same thing with Yaradua. They would have gotten a mask, told you all manner of rubbish. Yoruba papers will defend them, and the impunity will continue. Dora Kunyili said no, and she paid with her life. She was poisoned. And you want me to respect you? Dora Kunyili has my respect. There's a letter from Pandev to a group of Efulefu writing to Abuja, addressing, I'll read it for you, addressing the continued injustice against the Niger Delta people. Who are the Niger Delta people? As he's talking this rubbish, he doesn't know that Abia and Imo are part of Niger Delta. Are you aware of that? Are you people aware that Abia and Imo is part of Niger Delta? One morning is the Niger Delta. They say, oh, it's a Niger Delta affair. Igbos are not welcome. But according to official government papers, Ondo State is also Niger Delta. Imo is Niger Delta. Abia is Niger Delta. They both have oil. Are you following? Do you see the brand of stupidity and idiocy they exhibit in the zoo? Do you see why Nigeria is a zoo where people with degrees, they read abroad, they went to Cambridge, Oxford, the same kind of Oxford that everybody went to, they come back and their brain, for some reason, goes into a reverse because of their day-to-day dealings with Alamajiri. You know, Alamajiri will contaminate your brain. Let us read. The lopsided appointments in NMPC and ISO. They're not writing a letter. If it is people who are united as one block, one Eastern block, or should I say one southeastern bloc, one people, one Biafra, you go to Abuja, what do you think they'll do to you? Nothing. But you cannot do it. The reason why you can't is because they are the ones that put, because if Edwin Clark talks too much, they bring out his file, how he betrayed his people. They have all their files. Ask them now what they can talk. Ask yourself, why is Nnamdi not complaining bitterly about Fulani presence? Ask. They will tell you. Has Wazulike condemned the Janjaweed in our land? Before he would first of all take permission from Al Mustafa and Miyeti Allah. Please don't, I'm going to say something, don't mind. I don't want people to think that what Kanu is saying is true. Let me just say something. That's what they do. And you think we cover up that nonsense? No. Biafra is going to be a very transparent society. Very. Firstly, we wish to extend our deepest condolences to you. These are people writing against injustice. This is how they opened the letter. Firstly, we wish to extend our deepest condolences to you on the passing of Malamaba Kyari, your late chief of staff. We supplicate the Almighty for the repose of his soul and the souls of all our countrymen and women who have died as a result of coronavirus pandemic. We commiserate with the families, and these are people writing against injustice. So this is just the first paragraph. Oh dear. While we wish all who are currently undergoing treatment speedy recovery, it is our hope that government and all citizens will take even greater responsibility to stem the tide of, let me go to what they're saying, they're talking rubbish, as usual. As usual. Talking about Malamaba Kyari. Mr. President, the leadership of PANDEF, Pan Niger Delta Forum, whatever it means, has in the last 2 months again been inundated with complaints over the continued seemingly deliberate and calculated sidelining of indigenes of the Niger Delta region in appointments and redeployments in the Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC. When you ask them, why do you hate an Igbo man? They say, oh, he's domineering. Now I'm asking them in English language, what is it that Fulanis took over NNPC? What is the term for it? It's not domineering. No, they are everywhere. It's not domineering. But Igbo man is domineering, yes. But why not Fulani? No, because he's hey, Niger Delta idiocy. You know, that when you betray your people so much, you keep betraying, you become useless to even yourself. That's what they have done. I say what I say with facts and figures. You're writing letter. You're calling yourself a Nigerian. And what Fulani, what Nigeria has done to so-called Niger Delta, the bombing of Odi, the invasion after invasion of every head of state. Is it comparable to this thing you said the Igbo people did to you? And what are those things? You can't say. Can you? No. The reason why you're answering Delta is because you want to remove yourself from an Igbo man. That is the reason why. Yes. Are you having fun with one Nigeria? If you prefer Nigeria to Biafra, why then are you writing a letter of complaint? So do you seriously think that in Biafra land, every position in our oil sector will be taken by the Igbo people? Is that what you think? In a Biafra where you will control the resources in your own land, everything in Ijaw land belongs to Ijaw people. Everything in Isoko belongs to Isoko people. Everything in Urobo, the same. Everywhere. You abandoned all of that because of your inferiority complex and stupidity and the blood of betrayal. In your bone marrow is betrayal. You ran to Fulani. Now they have dealt with you. You are now begging, writing letter. I don't have time to read all this rubbish. And these are intellectuals. Intellectuals, my foot. You are placing advertorials. Let me read it for you, please. These are the people that you love, you want to be in one Nigeria with. Group Managing Director, NNPC. Group Managing Director is Melekolo Kyari. Not an Igbo man who are dominating them. You want to dominate us because of our oil. You want to come for Biafra because of oil. How stupid, how insane people are. Who is in charge of oil? Who is in charge of oil, I ask you? It is a man called Kiari. You see, Fulani, as Lugard said, they are spendthrift. They know nothing, their brains are empty. They move cattle, they procreate, and they spend money they don't have. Have you seen it? Why they need to place their people in key positions. Who is the finance officer of NNPC? Umar Isa Ajia. Is he an Igbo man? No. Who is the chief operating officer, gas and power? Yusuf Usman. One Nigeria with Niger Delta. Are you enjoying it? You want Nigeria? Are you having fun? Edwin Clark, you are a betrayer. Are you having fun with your one Nigeria now? Who is the chief operating officer, corporate services? Farouk Garba Said. And is that an Igbo man? This was the nonsense they told you, to fed you with garbage during the war, fed you nonsense. They dress like Biafran soldiers, they go to villages, they commit atrocities, they say, oh, Biafran soldiers came and killed us, which is a lie, a capital lie. Now, have you seen it? Now, have you seen it? I'm asking you. Betrayers in Niger Delta. Anybody who calls himself or herself a Niger Deltan is a saboteur. Sabo to the core. You are a betrayer. I tell you the truth. Here is the evidence. Who is the chief operating officer, refining and petrochemicals? These are the Mazi that didn't go to school. They have no doctors, but they're everywhere. His name is Mustafa Y. Yakubu. Who is the corporate secretary? It is Hadiza Y. Kumasi. All Arewa Consultative Forum. All of them. Omar Farouk Ibrahim, Kalamu Abdullahi, Ibrahim Brema, Bala Wunti. I thought they said it was. In fact, Yoruba, where are you here? Yoruba, I find not a funny friend, are good people. Yoruba of Timumbu. Timumbu, where are your people here? Yoruba. Do you see why I said they prefer to serve them? I don't know. Is it something in the suya? There is something in the suya you eat. Once you eat it, you become stupid to the fallen. Who is the governance risk and compliance? Ibrahim Brema, Balawunti, Inua Waya, NNPC Shipping, Musa Lawan, Mansour Sambo, Lawal Sade, Malami Shehu, Muhammad Abba, Abdul Kader, hey, the whole NNPC, Alabokwa, the whole NNPC. This was the NNPC in the clip that got me upset this morning, where our people, our own people, we are saying in Igbo, we don't want an Igbo man to come back to NNPC to work. I have the video. Now I'm asking you, do you see how Elohim works? Now I'm asking you, you're from Ikwere, you're from Ejo, you're from Urobo. Are you in NNPC? Top echelon? No. Have you seen it? This is an example that treachery never pays. Betrayal is not good. When you betray your people, you suffer the consequences. Have you seen it? That betrayal is not good? You call yourselves elders. See it now? Edwin Clark, when you were sabotaging Biafra, when you accepted ordinary commissioner for information to be close to Fulani, so you'll be the only cock growing in the village, you'll be the only rich man. Have you seen the result? Edwin Clark, as old as you are, okay, so have you seen the result of your treachery? Have you seen the result of so-called Niger Delta betraying Biafra? Have you seen your punishment? Have you seen it? Have you seen the pollution in Ogoni land? Have you seen, do you know what is happening right now in Bonny? Are you aware this evening what's happening in Bonny? You know all those fishes that were killed due to poisoning. People ate it and they are dying. And IPAB members are involved in Bonny right now. People are dying from eating contaminated fish. Are you aware? These are people that we are lied to. Your own flesh and blood, your own brother. Somebody came from Futajalon, from Mali, traveled with cattle, with Nama, came to our land and told you that your own flesh and blood is your enemy. You accepted. You think God won't be upset with you? Is that what you think? Do you think you are foolish? It's all Fulani. All Fulani. All of their families are there. Kumasi, Kiari, all of them are all there. With all of them. And you ask yourself, are the Fulanis the best petrochemical engineers you have? Of course, the answer is no. But you see them. That's why they want presidency. It's our turn. It's our turn. Every year is our turn. Because of this. They produce nothing. They contribute nothing to the economy. They are as useless as a used tissue. Absolutely rubbish. That's why they want power. And who made it possible for them? The traitors that call themselves Niger Delta. You can see it. Anybody who calls him or herself, he wants to open their mouth and say Niger Delta, they are traitors. These are hardcore traitors. I want the light to be shining. We must honor and remember them. We must honor them. Very, very important. We must honor them. NNPC is gone and they are begging. The oil producing, listen. They said the oil producing zones. I'm reading this part for those idiots that call themselves Niger Delta that say you want our oil. I want to read, this is from Pandev, from the arch traitors themselves. They said the oil producing zones of the south, southeast, and southwest. Oil producing. So now you agree that southeast produces oil. And who are those in the southwest? They are people that our own flesh and blood, our land that was given to Ondo State. There are Ijaw people there in Ondo. And they will come with us. Izon is in Ondo because of oil well. They drew the boundary to put our people inside Ondo because of oil well. That's how they say southwest. If you hear southwest, you think that everywhere in the west is full of oil. No. It's our land that they gave to them. But we don't mind. As long as they come back. And we'll give them oil and gas for free. We're not doing anything with it. Oil and gas is the mainstay of lazy people. Is the mainstay of the economy of very lazy people. We are not lazy. We are not. Elohim built Radio Biafra television from nothing. From nothing. So we are creative. We know what to do. Not oil and gas. As for economy of people who can't reason very well. Typical run-tier economy. Now they agree that Southeast produces oil. Are you here? Oil people, can you hear me? They're saying you want me for my oil. From Pandev, they've actually agreed at last that Southeast actually produces oil. And most of the oil comes from Southeast and gas. They just pipe it underground because no ship can come there into the hinterland and take it to the shore and then just ship it to the coastline. Simple arithmetic is lost on them. Tomorrow now, one idiot will write from somewhere in Arugungu and write rubbish. You Biafrans now, take your 5 states and go. I say, you're a fool. Opobo is Biafra, isn't it? Don't they speak Igbo in Opobo? Is there anybody in Opobo who doesn't understand Igbo language? Is Ndoni not Igbo? I heard somebody mention, saying something today about Edo. Edo, you are in Edo. In Edo, Biafra wants to come into Edo, and I'm just laughing at them. And I said to the person, can you confirm to me that Ishan women, Ubaji, that's their name, not Ishan. Ishan women, do they tie 2-piece wrapper? I said, yes. I said, of course, they're Biafrans. They said, oh, they're in Edo. We Edo. I said, no. Igodomigodo is different, not Bini. I went and did some research. The proper name is Igodomigodo. They are calling them Niger Delta now. Their proper name is Igodomigodo. That's the proper name, not Bini. Bini is not the proper name. Igodomigodo is the original name. As I kept researching, Igodomigodo means the key that opens the key. You understand that? And Igodo is what we call key in Igbo land. I'll get to that later on. I'm just trying to let them understand that we know history. We know the history. The name is not Bini. The name is Igodomigodo. Go and research it very well. Get into English Encyclopedia, for those who don't know. We'll proceed. Now they agree that Southeast produces oil as well. NNPC board, it has been, every time, only Fulani Janjaweed all over the place. Fulani Janjaweed have taken over. Now they are complaining. Akwa Ibom produces the largest amount of oil, followed by Delta, Rivers, Edo, Ondo, Imo, Abia. That's how they are. And oil production in the north is 0%. You're complaining. So when you are betraying Biafra, you didn't know this is the answer? All a Fulani man needs to do on the advice of the British is to divide you into two. Once they divide you, you keep saying you want us for your oil. They are sucking the oil themselves, eating everything. So when you complain, it's like pouring oil on the back of a tortoise. It doesn't make any sense. You can complain from now till the kingdom come. You complain and you go and sleep. What can you do? Nothing. When you were betraying Biafra, I didn't know. You're telling me that an Igbo man is so wicked that should they be in charge of any government that they will make sure that an Igbo... I'm telling you, somebody from there will come up and say, this is not good. We won't have it. You call yourself Niger Delta. Niger Delta of where? Of Nigeria. Look at the result now. Because I have no shame, no class, no dignity, no self-value, no worth. Keep on deceiving yourselves, calling yourselves a useless name that has no meaning. They'll be goading you. Fulani will be. Look at the Fulani treating you like a child, goading you. No, who said you're not Niger Delta? You're Niger Delta now. What is the meaning of the name? You can't tell me. You're from Niger Delta region. And you think these are our people? No, they are all Alamajiri on 3,000 a week to be writing rubbish. That's why I'm very, very glad with what IBB family is doing in Bayelsa. They are doing marvelously well. They copied everybody here. They CC'd everybody. They copied Senator Ahmed Lawan, Femi Gbajabiamila, Ovie Omo Agege, Chairman Senate Committee. Everybody was copied in. This is the thing about these people that I don't understand. Listen carefully. You see this Pandev, why I hate them with a passion. You see anybody, I told you before, if you call yourself Niger Delta, you're a criminal, you're a rogue, you're a thief. Check out, God will punish you. God will punish you. Do you know that Pandev wrote a letter? In that letter, they said that Southeast is oil producing. Is that correct? But now, listen very carefully. When they were sending out the letters, there is no Southeast governor copied in. Let me tell you those they copied in. They copied in all their Fulani masters. Udom Emmanuel is there. Diri is there. Bayelsa State. Ayade is there. Cross River State. Okowa is there. Delta State. Obaseki is there. Edo State. Edo State. Wow. Wike is there, of course. River State. How about the governor of Imo State? Not there. Albeit from Federal High Court in Abuja. How about the governor of Abia? He's not there. But they copied in every other governor they claim produce oil. And this letter is coming from our own flesh and blood, fellow Biafrans. You see what shame has done to them? You see what shame causes? Out of shame, all of a sudden, Pandev cannot copy in as a state governor. But they copied in, what's it called? Every other governor that has, they claim produce oil. Non-female. You know, when you commit a crime, you begin to, you become ashamed of yourself. That's what they're doing. And I'll be on this case of Niger Delta. As long as you call yourself Niger Delta, you're an idiot to me. I don't regard you as a human being. And the more you remove yourself from Biafra, the more Fulani will deal with you. They will deal with you. They would, I pray that we conduct a place beside, and majority will say, oh no, a joy is not in here. We want to go with the north. They will colonize you. They will subdue you. They will use your mouth to drink contaminated water from oil head. Useless set of people. You think I'm here to pet idiots? Think I'm here to massage the ego of fools? You must be doing. Look at what they're doing to you. Or out of shame, you can no longer say, oh, let me copy in Abia State governor. Or copy in the Supreme Court governor. Who opposed them of Imo State. You couldn't. You can't. You can no longer do. Out of shame. Now you know that betrayal doesn't pay. Now you know that betrayal does not pay. If you keep betraying people, you will lose. That's what has happened to you. Shame on all of you. Let me see the useless mouth you open to tell me about Niger Delta. We Niger Delta. Who is Niger Delta? I'm asking you. Who the hell is Niger Delta? Shameless people. Shameless idiots. Who the hell is Niger Delta? I'm asking you. Define Niger Delta for me. What does it mean? It's like a U. Ogoja is Niger Delta? Ogoja is Niger Delta? People are mad. Insane people everywhere. And somebody wrote in a newspaper, a civil rights group, human rights, Huriwa, is now everybody's waking up. You are giving all the positions to Fulani. If it's an Igbo man who is in charge, who is the president of Nigeria, and you give, hey, remember, Yoruba said the reason why they voted for Buhari was because they didn't have any presence in the government. Not minding they had positions there. Not minding. What time is it, please? The time now is 10 minutes. We've gone for nearly 2 hours. Unbelievable. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. And it's holding up very well. Do you know that Yoruba said the reason why they did not vote for Jonathan was because there was not enough Yoruba in it. But now, what is happening? The device they have is missing. Is it not missing? Is it not missing? In fact, they are collecting money. I think it's works. Is it works, mines, and all the nonsense? They are now happy in the government. And the poor people are suffering. There are poor people everywhere. Even amongst the Fulani Alamajiri. Instead of all these poor people to sit down and say, enough is enough. Every time, oh, respect the elders. But the elders are the ones killing us. They are the ones killing us. They are the ones selling our land to Alamajiri. They are the ones now begging. After betraying Biafra, you are now begging for Fulani to have mercy and maybe give us one position now. And they're not dominating you. Is it when it comes to you, but you start running your useless, unable to be talking rubbish with your useless mouth, stinking mouth. You're talking nonsense. Niger Delta walk, mad people everywhere. Idiots. They have taken, Fulani has taken over everything. Now you people have woken up. Everybody's now shouting, Fulani this, Fulani. So you never knew that before? You never knew that before? Or you are too hopeless and too stupid to understand. This Yoji, black people cannot reason very well. You can't reason. There is an opportunity now to correct everything. The opportunity is there to fix everything. Once it is out in the open that Nigeria has no president, they can no longer hide. When is that boy going to speak? Do you think he's ever going to talk? I'm waiting. Which software would they have that we don't have? I am asking Asorok, which software would the Chinese have that we don't have already? Waiting for them. Ordinary picture. You've been trying all this while to Photoshop yourself into relevance. It's failed. Every picture you bring out, every picture, once we look at it, we tell you where the faults are. Everywhere. And as I've told you, once they issue a picture, quietly go to that picture and keep magnifying it, expand it. You will see that the face of the idiot wearing a mask will dissolve. Go and try it and see. To let you know that it's all fake. All fake. Are you telling me, hey, Nnamdi, hey, they think if they insult us, oh yeah, it's very stupid. He's a psychiatric case. They think if they say that, we will stop. You don't know, that is where we get our energy from. If I'm not a madman, I'm not an agitator. Is an agitator normal? When you're fighting for freedom, are you normal? How can you be normal? Fighting for freedom. In simple everywhere. These are people from the south still begging the north. One, Nahoro wrote, is a veteran journalist and activist, Peter Nahoro. He called for restructuring. And I'm telling Mr. Nahoro, you are wasting your time. There is nothing like restructuring. We are not interested in your stupid restructuring. If what Fulanis are doing to you is not enough to tell you that you should go your own way, that means you're even a worse fool than I had thought. They say I insult people. Want me to insult you? You're a black man, you're stupid, and you want me to tell you that you're intelligent? Is that what you want me to say? Oh, he's nice, oh. I don't do that nonsense. I don't. I have no time for idiots. How can you be talking about restructuring in a country where the Fulani, a president is dead? Dead, no vice president. A woman who was not elected brought her lover into the villa. Are you people insane? Are you mad? What are you restructuring? Instead of talking about breakage, let everybody go there. We're talking about restructuring. Let's restructure the politics. Are you insane? Some of you cannot speak very well because you are compromised. Allow us to speak. because we are not compromised. Allow us to speak. We are not compromised. I remember somebody said, hey, he's been bribed by APC. You think I've been bribed by APC and I say all these things about them, they will not tell the whole world the deal we cut? You don't know that? No, some of you are too daft to be able to listen that through. I had a sip of water. Peter Enahoro, go and tell yourself and your friends we are not interested in any stupid restructuring. All the nonsense about region, 1960 constitution, rubbish. We want outright independence. We are going to conduct place beside referenda everywhere, from every nation. We ask you in simple English, do you want to be part of Biafra? Yes or no? If you say no, we say bye-bye. But the day the Fulanis will come to take your land, we will not come to help you. Simple. You think we are begging? Why should we beg anybody to be part of Biafra? Why? When we know that after 6 months of Biafra's independence, you'll be begging to come in. You're begging for visa to come. Why must I beg you for what? People that resisted the whole world for 3 years. Russia, Britain, Egypt, OAU, Yugoslavia, name it. You think we'll beg you to come and join me? You're insane. You see me begging. Mad people everywhere. And in the middle of all this nonsense, people are busy selling our land. Selling our land to Fulani. And you want me to be happy, to pamper you, to tell you you're a nice person. Oh, how nice you are. Oh, unbelievable. My happiness today is that even clans in Edo and the great Benin, I love Benin Kingdom, I've been saying it from day one. I love their tradition, I love their culture. Isigodomigodo, of course, is not Benin. Isigodomigodo, I love their culture, I love their warriors. They went to war, they fought like the Biafrans, they fought the British. They fought the British very well. They are the owners of Lagos. They called it Eko. Omo is a Benin word, so to say. Igodomigodo is their name. So you don't know that? Omo is a Benin word, it's not Yoruba, for your information. For your information. And I was asking, as I was doing my research, I went and I asked, what is the meaning of Eshan? And somebody said, Eshan means the people of God, Umuchukwu. I said, are you sure? They said it's Umuchukwu. But then I did further research. I went to the map. And I now saw the reason why some Asian people said, Ishan I think it's called, that they are not Asian. That their actual name is Ubiaja. And there's a place called Akahia. These are all Igbo sounding names. And then I looked at the map further, and the map is now telling me that Asian, they are called, the name is not their name, because when they accepted the name, they call them Ewu Asian. Ewu, E-W-U, Asian, Ewu, which is good. I saw it in the map, I was flabbergasted. And look at, from Asian to Ewanke is not very far. Not far at all. Unbelievable. They are Umuchineke. Somebody said they are. Oh, dear me. There are speakers of truth everywhere, and I must recommend them. As I said, the young Yoruba man, if he continues that way, our own Simon Ekwe, if he continues that way, and many others, which I shall go through later on. Efe is doing very well. They are the ones who are going to vote. These are the people who are going to vote. These are the people who are going to vote. And I want us, please, to accept this very fact that these people are the ones who we should be listening to. We should be listening to them. We ought to be listening to them. These are our people, and they are doing a very marvelous job, a very wonderful job, a very wonderful job. We must, as a matter of fact, listen to these people. Efe is one of them. I want to be able to assemble all their names. If I've said Mayagun's diary, you must go there and listen to him whenever he's on. That is our brother Murphy Uyi Ogiso. You must listen to him. Please, Amaka, publish their pictures and their names. These are the people that tell you the truth. And I hope they remain that way. Any day they deviate, any day you deviate, you are gone. Remain on the truth, always, with no hidden agenda. I said no hidden agenda. Remain straightforward, no hidden agenda. No middleman. No, no jokes. Please. And I will start from I will actually start, let me see if I can start from the beginning. There is Biafra Child. You know Biafra Child, you must listen to Biafra Child. There is Onyema Chioba doing a very good job. There's our sister, Tamonotonye. Tamonotonye, you must listen to her. You must listen to her. Efe, Owanobo Efe, you must listen to her. And then our sister, I watched her today. I couldn't stop laughing. Oh wow, Sophia Obaze. Hey, this one is one woman riot squad. Oh my goodness. We love them. We love them. And our dear sister, the freedom fighter herself, we call her freedom fighter. You know her very well. Faith Ogala. These are the people to listen to. They are the ones that will tell you the truth uncompromisingly. Uncompromisingly, they speak the truth. And most of them are from Edo. So, Edo, there will be a place beside. If you want to join, you join. You don't want to join, you go. As simple as that. But in any case, the crown or the throne of Igoromigodo will be respected, revered, and adored always. As I've said, is a culture that I have so much respect and admiration for. And we'll keep it that way in Biafra, even enhance it more. But we can't beg anybody. We are not in the business of begging people. Why? Please, we don't beg anybody. The whole Niger Delta nonsense must stop. If you look at the map of the zoo, it tells you very clearly that in actual fact, the southeast is in Cross River State. That's the southeast. Igbo land, the 5 states in the middle, and Anioma all the way to Ebanke is actually the east central. They are the central states in the east. And then you come down, you have the south of Biafra, which is Akwa Ibom and Ijoland. Very simple. But they keep changing. Nigeria has no north, but it has south-south. You know, there's no north in Nigeria. What you have is northwest, northeast, and middle belt. There is no north. But in the north, there is no north. But in the south, there is south-south. Not only south, but south-south. These are some of the things that I expect people to be able to reason through and know that they're playing with us. And there is anybody telling me Port Harcourt, I will block you. I will not talk to you again. A white man cannot come from Britain to give me a name. I don't subscribe to that rubbish. I don't buy into that inferiority complex. We don't buy into it. Port Harcourt is Iguacha. If you write in IPOB and you say it is Port Harcourt, your post will be deleted. Your articles will not be published. There is nothing like Port Harcourt. Nothing. It is Iguacha. That's the name. I can't go to England, go to Liverpool and call it Port Okereke. Are you mad? A white man to come to your land and is Port Harcourt. I live in PH. Fools everywhere. Fools everywhere. What is your name? What is your name? Iguacha? If you don't know, not Port Harcourt. Harcourt is dead. He's a man. He was a morally bankrupt, depraved man that used to sleep with little boys. You don't know that? That's the name you're answering, saying you're from Port Harcourt. Mad. Is it Iguacha? Because it's an Igbo name, you don't want to answer it. Because you're Niger Delta. Mad lunatics everywhere. We continue. Because I came across also a piece of very wonderful this evening. The names and their meaning. What are the names and their meaning? And it was written by a Guardian newspaper of all people. Are you listening to what Guardian is saying? They know the truth, but they're hiding it. And I want this thing everywhere. Just give it to Amaka to post everywhere. Open it and show them so that they will know. Mad people. You're Igbo, you're hiding your Igbo-ness. You are afraid. Maybe because of the stupidity of those in America. Because of that, I will say, oh, I'm no longer Igbo. Because the Igbos in America are stupid. I will say, I'm no longer Igbo. Nonsense people everywhere. According to Guardian newspaper, naming a child is very important in a parent's life. The name forms the basis of the child's identity. Give them the news. Your name is who defines who you are. When my kids are, if they go outside and they are missing, you're like, he said, my name is Nnamdi. Nnamdi. You know where they come from. Once they open their mouth, what is your name? My name is Nnamdi. What is your name? The little one, my name is Nnamdi. You know where they come from. Not, oh, my name is Cyril. And then the next question is, but where do you come from? Thank you, Guardian, for writing this. Guardian newspaper and the Zoo is an establishment paper. These are the people that support evil. But it doesn't mean when they write something decent, we cannot read it out for the whole world to hear. We read it. Naming a child is very important. It's a very important decision for the child's parents as the name forms the basis of the child's identity. Now, do you understand it? Why Port Harcourt must be Iguacha? Not Port Harcourt. Iguacha. I know Yoruba newspapers, they'll be writing Port Harcourt. You know, they're very vindictive and evil. Spiteful and evil. As Lugard said, always conniving, seditious, knocking people's head together. That's their job. Seditious. You see, Iguacha? The Igbo people, according to Guardian newspaper, an ethnic group native, listen to Guardian, native to the South Central and Southeastern Nigeria. So they even know the truth. And by Southeastern, they mean Cross River. South Central, they mean all of us, all the way to Iwanke. Because the man saying Edo this, Edo that, I'm asking him, are you aware that there are Igbo people in Edo State? Do you know the Igbo people there? So when I come for my people, I'm not coming for you. If you want to come, you come with us. Not by force. But Iwanke, Iwakari. That Obemudia, because Obemudia's mother is from Iwakari. He took Iwakari into Edo, into Bini, into the court, all those things that they're doing there. We are not abandoning not 1 inch of Igbo land, not 1 inch. It will be abandoned. It's left for people to say we don't want to be. Then they can go. And the day they say they want to be, we delete them from memory. They can never ever belong again. So when we are coming to Edo, we are not coming for you. The idiots that drew up the Edo map, Edo State, they added our people there. Okay? They added our people there. Very important. So they know that we occupy the South Central and Southeastern. Now they know South Central and Southeastern. It's very clear. You cannot hide it. There are some things you cannot hide. It is the truth. Absolute truth. You cannot hide it. There is nothing you can do about it. The map is there and very clear for the whole world to see. I have seen a car, Igbo land, Aniocha, Igbo. That's Anioma. Ukwane, Igbo land. Isoko, that from Uri for information. Isoko is Igbo. You are aware of that? Go and do your research. Go do your research. Urobo is also there. But one thing ties us together. All our mothers, they tie 2-piece wrapper, don't they? Headscarf and blouse. Something you don't find anywhere else. That is what makes us unique. So, I will say Asian, Obaji people, which is Asian. For now, go and check. If your mom, those that went to church today, if she tied 2-piece wrapper, if she did, then you're one of us. You're part of this family. It doesn't matter what the Oba of Benin says. He only has 1 vote. Oba of Benin, that I respect very much, only has 1 vote. When there is place beside, no traditional ruler will have 2 votes. There's only 1 vote. You vote if you want to belong to Biafra or not. If you don't want Biafra, then you go. Then we continue our job. But the day you ask for visa, we will not give you. We must all stop this nonsense, Niger Delta rubbish and South. And I'm glad that respectable Igbo and the Ibibio elders have commenced very deep consultations with other clans of Biafra land. Because Biafra will never be like the zoo. As I've said, let me repeat what I said before. Biafra land can never be another zoo, Nigeria, never. Everybody will be on their own. I said on their own. You run your land, you make your laws in your local language, how you deem fit. And that local language, I don't want to go, we have to make it in another Efik. No. Efik people are also Ibibio people. Because they've been playing with us. I have the history here, and I'll give it to you very shortly. I will. But the nonsense happening at Headbridge must stop, please. And there are many, many things that the whole world needs to see. Those who are killing us and those who are supporting them. I have a letter here from Pastor Okenwa. It's an internal memo that he wrote to all pastors in Middle East region. I don't know which one is Middle East. It's our new name. This is a Yoruba church. I have nothing against the church. They can do whatever they like. I believe in freedom of worship. Anything you want to worship is your business. You can go ahead. But this one now, our new name now is Middle East. I can see the letter here. Please circulate this very letter. Before you know it now, tomorrow they'll start saying Middle East. And we'll now turn to Middle East. And you have some idiot saying, I'm a Middle Eastern. You know how we behave. Don't give us a name. Once you give us, they see champions for that name, they will emerge. They will say, I'm a Middle Eastern. They are not calling us Middle East, according to Redeem. May the Lord be gracious to you as you continue to labor in his vine. Where the Lord has a vine in the zoo, I have no idea. But as a matter of spiritual urgency, we should immediately in our family closet raise flaming altars of intercession for Nigeria. This is why I have a problem with them. They have come again. This is where I have issue. You see the ground. They know that Biafra is coming. Now, what is this Yoruba church doing? Is writing to our people because they know how gullible some of us can be. Do you see my problem with them? Saying they should erect altar, flaming altar, with firewood and I don't know what they're going to sacrifice if it's cockroach. I don't know. I have no idea. To pray for Nigeria to be one. Do you see my problem with these people? When I speak now, they say I like you, but I have my flesh and blood from there. I can't hate people. That is part of me. I cannot. But do you see what they are doing? Can you see what they are doing? Writing for because they know that Biafra is everywhere. They are now writing saying it's urgent. Write, pray for blood of Jesus on Nigeria. Do you see? Do you see? I won't say much. The person that wrote it is a neighbor man. He's the okay one. He is the pastor for Middle East region. No longer Southeast. RMN as you. Unbelievable. When we speak the truth, they say we are attacking Yoruba pastors and church. No, I'm not. But anybody preaching one Nigeria, asking us to pray for Nigeria, you're asking for our trouble. Pray for one Nigeria in Yoruba churches in Yoruba land, not in Biafra land. I'm now telling people right this night, any pastor, any church, any priest that says pray for Nigeria, people should walk out of that church. It's an order. They shouldn't go there again. Which Nigeria? What is the meaning of the word Nigeria? Where does it come from? The same Nigeria that took over the whole of NMPC, that people are begging, the same Nigeria, I'm asking you, that is bringing Janjaweed, open their borders in the north, but close the borders in the south. You people in the south, are you people that stupid? You don't reason? You have no brain? They close your borders, but the borders in the north are open? Oh, God. I want to listen to this pastor. He's a Yoruba man. Let's listen to him. Hear what he has to say. He has something very important to say. I want to play it for Yoruba people. I love this man. He's Yoruba, but I love him. I love Aya Debanjo. I love him. Man, any day, any time, morning, noon, and night, you call them, they stand up, they are still saying the same thing. That is what I call consistency. Those are the people that earn my respect, not those that come with the wind. When the wind blows, they change. They blow here today, they go. He blows there tomorrow, they go. No. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. Let us listen to this Yoruba pastor and hear what he has to say. Very, very important, please.
Yoruba land, not for Fulanis.
Listen.
If you attack back.
He's telling Yoruba.
The book of Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Are you listening?
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. that thou shalt be no priest to me, say thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget youth. It is time for you to wake up, to form a formidable group within your localities, and be ready at any time to defend yourself.
This is a priest. These are the Desmond Tutus of this. These are the priests that I like. A priest speaking the truth, not talking rubbish. He never said one Nigeria. Please circulate this very video everywhere. Put it on my wall that they may see it. He's a Yoruba man. These are the people that I love and respect. Not those from Sierra Leone. You know that's a bit from Sierra Leone. Like the Tinubus and the Okoya Thomas. They came from Cameroon. Sorry, from Sierra Leone. Let's continue.
From Fulanis and total Islamization of Nigeria, and make Oduduwa Republic a reality.
Oduduwa Republic.
Yorubas, how long are you going to remain dumb? To believe lies of pastors and governors and cabals?
Are you listening? This is a minister of God saying that, asking Yoruba youth, how long are you going to listen to lies from pastors from the Redeemed Church? For how long? Ask you to pray for one night. This is a man of God. This is a pastor, a Yoruba pastor. Let's listen. Let's listen.
Yoruba land, not for Fulani, in your localities, and be ready at any time to defend yourself from Fulanis and total Islamization of Nigeria, and make Oduduwa Republic a reality.
Yes.
Yorubas, how long are you going to remain dumb? To believe lies of pastors and governors and cabals and coward obas.
Coward obas.
Pastor Enoch Adeboye was the booster of RCCG and not founder. It was the man that derailed Christianity in Nigeria, especially in Yoruba land. I am not judging, but he created classical and modern Christians in RCCG that made many people to fall to the trap of Satan through fornications. He commercialized school churches and deviated from the way.
Now, that one is religious politics. I won't go into that. Are you listening very well? Your daddy GOs have trapped your brain as the cabal is messing you up with janjaweed. So is your daddy GOs writing to you, trying to put up a flaming altar of Christ in the blood of Christ to pray for one Nigeria. You will drown in that blood of Christ. You will drown inside it. Check out what walk inside that blood. One Nigeria that is killing everybody. The same Nigeria that is killing everybody you're asking people to pray for. Do you have conscience at all? Is it because of the money you're in? You see how these commercial pastors, all these sons of Satan, tell their pastors. Some of them putting on bleaching. Now, like Oshibajo, so used to be the picture released of him. You know, as I said, when they shine the floor for you, you're gone. They shine the stable. It's not like a mirror. Look at Oshibajo. It's now white as Michael Jackson. Look at Oshibajo. Oshibajo is now whiter than Michael Jackson. Only heaven knows where they put him. And I still believe that it must have been him in that grave for Abba Kyari. I think it's Oshibajo who is there. Yoruba pastors must repent. Aso Rock is empty. Where is your president? I'm asking them. Where are the people making it possible for the Janjaweed to invade our land? Where are they? Are you people telling me that you're Nigerians, you're blind? You cannot see that the coffin they used to bury Abba Kyari, there was blood inside it. Are you all blind? Are all of you blind in Nigeria? What is your Fulani giving to you people? All of you are cowards. You do nothing. You support evil. You support evil. Whose blood is in that coffin? If it's not Oshibajo, then bring Oshibajo out. Let us see. If you are telling me that they did not shoot Oshibajo in the head and bury him and bringing out Photoshop, now Oshibajo is now looking white, like a ghost. Bring out Oshibajo to address the world and speak Yoruba. Allow him to go to his village. Let's see. Oshibajo is dead. I'm telling you the truth. Because once they start bringing out, because there is no need to Photoshop a picture. Only if they want to play a game with the world. If they hold Oshibajo back, they will say, oh, Nnamdi will complain and say Oshibajo is dead. So at the last minute, when he wants to expose the dead Buhari and the scam going on, then we'll bring him out and say, oh, can't you see? Osibajo is alive, oh, he's been lying to you. That could be the only reason. But all the same, Osibajo, I don't know you as to be a man of light skin. Or I don't know you as a man that puts on bleaching cream. As where's that name of that pastor that put on his cream that Jubril used to like so much? That pastor, I don't know his name. He loves cream, a bit of cream, and the Shishin can Tennessee. Now, I am asking them once again, where is Yemi Osibajo? Why is Boss Mustafa doing his job? Nigerians, you claim you're educated. Nigerians, you claim you are enlightened. Nigerians, you claim you are polished. You're intellectual. And you brew file, flat file. You carry flat file with a worn-out constitution inside it, talking rubbish. Intellectual. Where is Osibajo? Where is Yoruba? Where is your son? Unless you're in on this Jubril is now gone. Unless you're in on this Fulani fraud. Where is your son? We don't want he was in a meeting. Can't you see his picture? Can't you see his video? We want to see him outside talking to people. A live press conference. Look at the blood-stained coffin. Look at Osibajo's picture. I posted it earlier. The table is now shining. They surrounded Osibajo with so many bottles of water. You think if they're advertising table water or pure water inside Asoro, come on. Look at the bottle. He's now, I don't know, he survived COVID-19. Did they ask him to start drinking water? Look, now they now use bottled water to decorate. It's the new in thing now, bottled water. He is now a bottled water man. The face mask he's wearing is up to his eyeballs. I don't think this man is alive. I'm telling you the truth. Because it won't cost them anything to bring him out. Why are they doing this thing to this man? This man is a gentleman. Why are they suffering him? Why have they done this to... Why are they doing this to Osibajo? What did he do? Who did he offend? Who? That Yoruba cannot look for their son. Very, very sad indeed. And I told you that Aisha is in charge. And so I have to preach. Okay, I have to preach this gospel. If I have to be here 5 hours, I'll preach tonight 5 hours. I must say what I have to say. If you're tired, you go to radio and listen. Buhari goes off and cancels appointments, approvals made by late Kyari. Have you seen the news? Oh, Buhari did not cancel it. Oh. So Buhari is afraid of Abba Kyari. So all of a sudden Abba Kyari is dead. Buhari is now cancelling all Abba Kyari appointments, which is to say to you that Madam President is now in charge. Madam unelected President. Aisha Buhari, Her Excellency. Madam unelected President, Her Excellency Aisha Buhari is now in charge. Remember those times that you saw those videos where Aisha was complaining that those in appointments, those that got power did not work for APC. Now she is putting those she feels worked for APC in the rightful positions. She is now in charge. Are you telling me that the old dictator with kidney failure, I know the exact word where he was. I know, when I get him, they'll be shocked. Are you telling me that Buhari was, a general was frightened of Abba Kyari, that he could not reshuffle the appointments? Now they agree. Do you see that Nigerians are stupid? These are the worst set of idiots in the whole planet. Can you actually read the news? The headline says Buhari goes off, cancels appointments, approvals made by late Abba Kyari. So it was Abba Kyari that was appointing people. Now you know. When I told you that he was the de facto president, now in death they have confirmed it. Do you see Obunike? Do you see Obunike PG? Do you see that I don't lie? Nnamdi doesn't lie. They brought out one Yoruba idiot yesterday. He's a psychiatric. He's a psychologist. Why won't I be angry? And the psycho. You are in a zoo. Who is normal in a zoo? Who? I ask you. Look at them. All of a sudden, Abba Kyari is dead. Even the journalists, even people quoting from us, they are so daft, they don't know anything. Buhari goes tough. Tough now that Abba Kyari is dead. Cancels appointments made by who? By Abba Kyari, not you, the president. Too. Hey! Zoological Republic. Do you see why they are fighting online? Do you see why they are struggling every blessed day? Every day they are struggling. How do we stop IPOB? How do we ridicule Nnamdi Kanu? They Photoshop all the pictures in the world. They get Yoruba idiot from school where there is no light to talk rubbish. They don't know that IPOB is under oath. All these things, all this nonsense, you're right. You're in the UK. You're a coward. Come back. You think So they think if they keep writing it, stupid, idiotic Igbo men especially will latch onto it. Is that what you think? Is that what you think? Elohim has destroyed the zoo because of us. We have destroyed Nigeria. You're not going anywhere. That idiot is there taking Eid al-Fitr with a mask, doing all that. Only in Asorok. He cannot speak. He cannot travel abroad. You are trapped inside Asorok. And I'm sure before 3 years, Aisha is a young girl. She'll get pregnant again. Aisha is young. And in Islam, they cannot do abortion. So let me see what she's going to do. She'll get pregnant soon. What I got to him? Then I'll see. Maybe they'll say he's idiots in the zoo. Adeboye will say it's Holy Ghost that got Aisha pregnant. He's the Holy Spirit. You know they are fools. And idiots will believe it. That small boy will impregnate you. That little boy. Look at his eyes. All I told him, he will impregnate you. Your eye will clear. You want to play Marie Antoinette as a hard woman. Your husband is dead. Instead of you to bring your husband back and bury your husband, you are with your lover inside Asorok. Abomination in Islam. And you claim you're praying to God. You're praying to Allah. And Allah will listen to your prayers. Because you're deceiving Christians. You're deceiving Biafrans. Because of that, somehow, God will forgive. Allah will forgive you. That's why they came. So if God will ask them, why are you doing this? They'll say, oh, I want to go and capture Biafra land for you. You know, I want to, they're infidels. I want to go and capture them. Where you are capturing Biafra land, that boy will capture you and impregnate you. Then your eye will clear. Your eyes will clear. Then you know what you've done to yourself. Buhari goes off, cancels appointments, approves. So it was Abba Kyari that was appointing people. Now you people agree. Now you people agree. We have destroyed the zoo. We have completely destroyed the zoo. It's gone. This is not for envy or jealousy. If you like as an Igbo idiot, be as envious as you like. Let that envy kill you. You can never be like us. Never, ever, ever. Buhari go tough when Abba Kyari is dead. And we have degrees, yeah? You read in Cambridge and in Oxford and in Princeton, in Harvard. Yes? Your common brain cannot tell you what is going on. So you cannot put on, you cannot ask yourself, how come you're cancelling appointments and approvals made by late Abba Kyari when you're the president and you're alive? Oh, I know Mr. President. He's a good... Which Mr. President or Mrs. President? Is it like you're talking about? All of you are cowards. Afraid of falling. That's why you're betrayers. More they betrayed IPOB. Betrayed me. With the governors, they betrayed me. They wanted me to be killed because I told them Fulani was coming to kill everybody. Now the Fulani has come. Now they're building a gate at a head bridge. Hey! Okpare Mauri Yoruba. Yoruba will say Okpare, isn't it? I say Okpare or Akari, I don't know which one is this. Okpare, I know his leg. Leg has decayed. Is it not Okpare? Leg has decayed. There is also a video. Show them how they do it. Amaka, please post it. Let them see. The young Bobo with Aisha. This boy, people are busy doing Yahoo 419, asking old 90-year-old white women to marry them, that they're in love with them. When this boy came from this is not Jubilee, of course, because Jubilee is dead. Came from nowhere. He gets money, pretends to be a president, and sleeping with the wife of a president of a country, and the country thinks he's the president. He's having fun. This is proper Yahoo, proper 419. This is it. And all of you claim you're smart in the zoo, you're intelligent. Look at the pictures, I posted them. Repost those pictures and tell me if that's an 80-year-old man, 80-year-old Buhari. Tell me, with double kidney failure, brain damage, tumor in the brain. I have his hospital records. Mad people everywhere. Lunatics. Is that an 80-year-old man? Is this boy 80? No wonder Aisha is shining. How when will she shine? Well, my fresh blood is blamed when I call in a zoo back walk. Mad people everywhere. We must continue. Look at the Photoshop pictures. And I challenge them. Show me Aisha Buhari with dead Buhari before 2017. Get me a picture of Aisha Buhari doing lovey-dovey with the old dead Buhari before 2017. I am begging anybody to bring it. You don't have it. Idiots, you do Zoom tomorrow. Mr. President is a good man. I want to direct it to Mr. President. Because Yoruba is ashamed of themselves. If I were to be a Yoruba man, they'll promote me. They'll say, how can Omo Igbo, we can't promote him more. You don't know that? You don't know this is jealous Yoruba style. You know, Igbo, we do our own little greed, as they're doing in Ambubre greed. And Choncho, and Yoruba give you the raw one. The raw jealousy and envy. They're wondering how come, out of all the people to be saying this, how come it's Nnamdi Kanu? If I were to be a Yoruba person by now, oh my goodness. You pay ticket to come and see me. You pay to come to see me. Because I'm not from them. That's why they behave the way they do. Very vindictive and evil. Not all of them, it's the media I'm talking about. Look at the picture with the coat of arms on the rug. Look at his cheeks. To tell us he's wearing a mask. Look at his cheeks. Look at it. Puffed out like puff. Look at it. Can't you see it? Nigerians, are you all of you blind? 200 million people, are all of you blind? Are you all very stupid? You cannot see? Can't you see the picture? But again, every night, this boy, hey! Some people are lucky. God bless me comes in many ways. So there's no greater God bless me than this one. This boy, and hey! Some of you are going to redeem, plan to go to heaven. The boy is in Asorok. Jidai is around full time in Asorok. He's living life. Full time in Asorok. And you're running around doing one Nigeria with APC. Your age mate is in Asorok. Holding down Aisha. You're busy running around with laptop. Doing Iraq. 3K a week. You're doing 3,000. Your age mate is in Asorok. Keeping Aisha honest. And you're there doing Iraq for 3,000 a week. I believe in Nigeria. Don't go to Niger Delta, it's because of their oil. Your age mate is in Asorok. Look at him. Shining. Aisha is shining. Everybody is clean and shining. Hey. Nigeria is a drama, I'm telling you. One massive drama, zoological republic. And who will be there to support them with BBC Igbo? Supporting Yoruba papers, BBC Igbo. There was something I wanted to preach this very day. Hey! Oh, there's no time. I have to make an exception. That is a very particularly important preaching I wanted to make. To let the people understand, I think I must preach it this very day. I will preach it because they have turned Ubunike into another new Sokoto. Maybe as we have Katsina Allah in Benue State, we now have Sokoto Allah in Ubunike. That will be their new name, Sokoto Allah. They have now given it to hey, unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I must praise Iseluku people. I must praise the Iseluku kingdom. Because they have rejected Miet Yala money. They have. And the reason I'm saying that I have to preach this gospel. I must preach it. Miet Yala went to Iseluku. And Iseluku said no. Iseluku said no, we don't want to have it. We don't want you here. We don't want. No market. No Hausa market. No, sorry, Hausa. Hausa blood are victims. It's no Fulani market. Yoruba, you are busy dividing us. You come, you say Southeast. Now we now have Middle East. We used to have East Central, the Southeast, South, up South, down South, East South, West South, everything. But Yoruba people were never one people before. The Yoruba